Hello, everybody.
Yo, welcome back.
Welcome back to Anime Mystics podcast, episode, 21?
2021, huh?
Yeah. It's a little late, but Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
About a week late, but,
Hey,
you know.
we had to let it, wake up and digest and get breakfast, that's all. That's why we took so long. We let it sleep in because it had a crazy New Year's.
Yeah, it had to get over its hangover.
Exactly.
So, welcome to the first episode of the year. We're coming up to our 1 year, too, aren't we? In, summer?
Sounds about right, yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know if we'll do anything special for that. We'll have to talk about that later.
Yeah, there you go.
But, so yeah, first episode of the year, and we're going to discuss our top anime for last year.
Yes, because we saw that top 10 lists were huge, and there's top 10 of 2019 and top 10 of the decade.
I'm not going through the decade.
Yeah, that would have been too comprehensive.
Yeah.
Besides, it just would have been top 10 of the decade, like Code Geass or something. I don't know. That was 2008. Never mind. Anyways, yeah, that's a little too in-depth for this podcast, at least right now, for where we're at. But yeah.
I've seen somebody do a top 25 of the decade.
Oof.
And I'm like, I don't know if I could pick that many.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah. But, yeah, so basically it's supposed to be a top 10.
Yes.
Well, mine is a top 10.
Yeah. So basically, Roman and I we're going to go down the animes that we enjoyed from the last year, and he and I are in an agreement with some, and we have a couple of unique ones as well. So we'll talk about all of those in due time. But in my case, I couldn't really put them in a numerical order because they all affected me or gave me positive feels in a particular way. So I don't really have a ranking, but I think Roman and I agree on the number one, or at least the one that will take the most time. Yeah. I think we're pretty much in agreement on that one. So, and if you don't know what it is by now, that you didn't see what was the most influential anime of the decade.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Minaria, friends.
Yo. Dragon Girls, man. Okay, Dragon Girls.
Exactly.
Don't get down with some Greya.
Definitely.
Yeah, sure. Can I amend my list? Minaria.
Hey, if you want to amend your list as we're going,
yeah,
go ahead.
No.
Before we get to that, though, I do have one little update. It's mainly about this season. I've already discussed multiple times how the season's going to work out. But I think I mentioned a few shows that I said I was going to do. One of them was Eurocamp Season 2. Apparently that's not airing this season.
Oh.
So I switched it out with Magia Record, the Madoka Magica side story anime.
Okay.
And I think there was one other one I said I was going to watch too, but I can't remember what it was. I switched that out with Nekopara.
Okay.
So Cat Girls Cafe. Bang Dream's still getting watched, though. Season 3. That's at the end of the month.
I just want to point out that you said you're watching Nekopara, which is an anime based off an H game, and then you immediately followed that with Bang Dream. So Nekopara Bang Dream.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
Okay. Also, Isekai Quartet Season 2, because that's only 12 minutes. And the little short anime Heya Camp, which is basically Eurocamp, but 3-minute little episodes. So, yeah, that's what's going on for the season. The rest of it's going to be taken up by shows that I put on hold last year, all throughout the year. And also, Yuri Yuri, Kaiji, and all that I still need to finish.
Okay. So, did Isekai Quartet start already?
No, it starts next week.
Okay, good. So I have time to finish GDQ. Excellent. All right, I'm not missing out on anything.
Yeah, next Tuesday it starts.
All right. And so aside from we got a Roman's change in the viewing schedule, we are working on more content for these podcasts. Mm-hmm. We are lining up some more guests. We saw that the Kimmy video, which I'm gonna share on the page pretty soon too. It was pretty well received. So we're going to start looking into getting more people on here so you guys can have a break from just hearing Roman and I rant for hours at a time.
Yeah.
We're also going to probably look into, whatever other things we can do, manga episodes, video game episodes, and whatnot as the days and the weeks go by. I am working on cleaning out my cameras, so I'll be putting some pictures on Instagram hopefully this week. And yeah, I know that Roman also did like New Year's episodes for like the Fate OVA
Yep.
and stuff like that. So there's kind of like themed episodes coming out in the Roman Reacts series. So definitely keep an eye out on that. Man, I guess I need to find out what I'm going to do, because if you're talking about older stuff, I don't know what I'm going to do. Oh, boy. Oh, man. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah.
We'll figure it all
We'll
out.
figure it all out. But
It's a work in progress right now.
yeah, so 2020, new year, big things. Once again, welcome back. Thank you for sticking around.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm ready to talk about 2019 so we can finally get rid of this year.
Yes. Oh, also before that, for what is next season? Spring season.
Yes.
I'm only going to do like 5 or 6 shows. One of them is definitely ReZero Season 2. The rest of them, I'm going to make a list of anime, and I'm going to have you all decide which ones I watch. So I'm going to put up a poll on probably the Discord, the Facebook, and and on YouTube for you all to decide what I watch.
I need to find out what's the worst show and vote like multiple times. Make multiple accounts.
I'll watch it. And that
Amazing.
season, I won't be doing what I did last season, where if it doesn't reach a certain amount of views, I'll drop it. I'm just gonna-
The Roman guillotine is gone.
Yeah, because I'm only going to do like 5 or 6. Not like 10.
You should push that on a shirt. Just put like the Roman guillotine, and then in the hole where the head goes in, put 50 views.
Yeah,
There you go. Merch.
merch.
But yeah. All right.
So yeah,
Keep an eye out for the poll.
yeah, it should be up towards the end of the season.
Okay.
But because I gotta find out everything that's getting released, and they don't usually give the full list until like the last week or something. So once I see what else is coming out next season, I'll put up the list, the poll, and let you all decide what I'm gonna watch.
Cool.
But one spot is already taken up by ReZero, so
Roman gets to tell us how awesome Ram is.
I think you mean Amelia, but okay. Still got another figure that's coming out for her.
Oof.
Unfortunately, they ran out and have to get more in, so
Who unironically likes Amelia?
you're looking at him and a bunch of
Oh,
other
man.
people.
Okay. All right. All right.
And one of the guys on the Discord, too.
Okay. You guys are all terrible people. But okay. We accept you.
Okay. So, now it's time to start our list of my top 10. Steven's top
Something.
anime
Yeah.
of 2019. I had to try to go through the whole list again because I was like, most of what's on my mind is from last season. And I'm like, I
Right.
got to remind myself what came out last year
Right.
so that I could actually make a good list and not just write everything out from like the last 2 seasons.
Right. Which is the problem that they always have with like award shows. It's always like the shows that are at the end of the year are the ones that get remembered the most.
Yeah.
And movies that came out in like February or March, they don't get anything because everyone forgot about them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Same with like the video game awards.
Yep.
They bring up everything that was released like a month before the awards, and then everything from like the beginning of the year is like, what game?
Exactly.
So yeah, I had to go through everything and find out what I watched and be like, oh yeah, I really like that one. And I think I got a pretty good list that branches out to every season, hopefully. And there will be some honorable mentions towards the end. So.
Yes.
So my first one, and I think a lot of you might be surprised that it's so low because of how much I talk about it, is Bang Dream Season 2.
Oh, wow.
That's at number 10. I was actually debating of even having it in the top 10 because there were so many good shows. But I did really enjoy it, so, it had to be in my top 10. I think I watched season 1 maybe a month and a half before season 2 came out or something. And that was all just pop and party. So actually watching the season that had all of the bands Afterglow, Rosalia, Pastel Palettes, and Hello Happy World, and seeing all of them interact together was really great, especially since I'm used to playing the game where they all interact. So watching the first season and just seeing Poppin' Party do their thing is like, well, I want to see Afterglow too. I want to see Rosalia. Rosalia was in season 1, but they didn't really have a big part. But in this, they had a much bigger part. Like they're actually kind of like, what was it, Kasumi, the lead singer to Poppin' Party, kind of looks up to Yukina, the lead singer to Rosalia. So, yeah. But it was like I had like 4 different music anime from last year, and I was like, Bang Dream is more, kind of like a Love Live kind of thing.
Right. Yeah.
Should I really put this above something like Piano no Mori or Given, which was the yaoi BL anime, which was actually really good. For those who were like on the fence about that, it was actually really good. I think you should go check it out. But I was like, you know what? I really do like the series, and I do like all the characters in Bang Dream. So I was like, yeah, I could put it above all that. And I know you haven't watched it yet.
No, I keep telling myself that I will, and hopefully I will get to it soon.
Yeah, I'm just like, he'll get to it whenever.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I should at least do it for Hentai Haven-chan, so...
Yeah, for that you would just have to skip all the way to the second season.
No, I would watch it in order. Because that's kind of like what they said about Love Live 2. They were like, oh, you could, and on both versions, on both Love Live and Sunshine, they were like, oh, you don't need to really watch season 2. You pretty much get the gist. And I was like, okay. So for both versions, I only watched season 1 and never got past either one. So I think that, and in season 2, at least in terms of like OG Love Live,
right.
Season 2 seems to be where all the memes came from. So, yeah. But I get you. I always got that vibe from Bang Dream that it was definitely more Love Live. But, it works. It's cute girls singing cute songs, and, we keep referencing the vocal cast, like the voice actors and all that, and it's a pretty impressive lineup, so...
Yeah.
Ron, Hentai Haven-chan, is voiced by Ayane Sakura, so it's like... That already is like, wow, that's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
So,
and I think I tagged you on a video showing the lead singer for Rosalia. I can't remember her name, like her actual actress name. Aina Aiba was like a pro wrestler as well.
Yeah.
Because she was doing her moves in the video. And she was also one of the penguins in Kimono Friends. So.
Oh, there you go. And they were an idol group, so go figure.
Yeah. So yeah, I was like, yeah, this could be number 10. I could have Bang Dream at number 10 because I do really enjoy the series. I've been following it for like a year or so.
Have you invested any money in the gacha?
Not recently. All of my money for the gacha has been going to FGO.
Yeah.
So thank you for that, for getting me back into that game.
No worries.
But I do still try to get all of my... I think they're like stars. They look kind of like St. Quartz.
Okay.
But you can get... Just like in FGO, you can get them in other ways in Bang Dream instead of paying. It just takes longer. Because you need 2,500 of them in order to do a 10 roll.
So, when you've seen the FGO anime, and you see how fairly accurate it is to what happens in the game... Is that the same way for Bang Dream? Like, do they ever do events in the anime that are pulled from the game or from the mobile?
I've heard people say that the second season doesn't really follow the game.
Okay.
But they do make references to things that did happen in events from the game.
Okay.
Which makes me think that it does.
Okay.
But very loosely. So, you really don't have to play the game to get it, because, I mean... They're going to kind of... You're going to understand as soon as you see it. Most of it's just like songs and outfits and stuff like that.
Right.
But... And anything that was story-related in the game, they'll go over really quickly in the season. Like for Afterglow, they kind of go over how they got the name for their band really quickly in the episode that was focused on them. They had like a whole arc story in the game for that. So
got it.
They covered this in 30 minutes for the anime.
Gotcha.
So yeah, gotcha. They have their New Year thing going on right now, and I can't participate because I'm rolling for Musashi and FGO. So two gotcha games, and well, actually 5 gotcha games.
Oof.
But I only really put money in FGO. Because I play that, I play Bang Dream, I play Memoria Freeze, which is Danmachi. I got Destiny Child, and I got the Madoka game, Magia Record. But I just started that like 2 days ago. So no gotcha yet. No gotcha money for them.
Funny enough, you say you're going for Musashi. Musashi also voiced by Ayane Sakura.
Yeah.
Ran-chan will never leave you.
No, she won't. And that's fine. But I think that's all I got to say about Bang Dream. Basically, I just like the series so much that I was like, I could put it above all those other music anime. Except for one. We'll get to that one later.
Okay. Alrighty then. So, I'm gonna actually start with one of my bottoms. I'm gonna start with Mommy Online as my first.
That was in your mentions, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna go with my mentions first because
I'm actually surprised it didn't make your list. Because I remember you kept saying it was going to be on your list.
yeah, originally when I first started talking about this, I was gonna stick to doing a top 5, but then do these ones as honorable mentions. But then Roman's like, I've got a top 10, so I was like, well, I guess I could put a couple extras. So I'm still gonna stick with my list as it is because there's, if I was here talking about all the shows, honestly, every show that we've pretty much talked about in these episodes of podcast, I've pretty much gone in depth on. I would have been here saying, "Are You Lost?" was great because we're sucking water out of girls' buttholes. That makes it great. So
I mean, no other show is doing it.
no other show did it. It's great. But yeah. And especially Mommy Online flipped it all on its head. All the isekais and the rom-coms, because it's like everything is usually, it's the kids, it's the one dude, and they're all like in high school and all that, and then out of nowhere comes Mommy Online, and it's like, no, it's MILF. So it completely changed up everything, and I appreciate that. It was something different, and everyone's just kind of like, oh, they're in high school. Well, she's not in high school. But at the same time, too, it also is like, for everyone that has those, like, dirty thoughts in their heads, it's actually not that bad in terms of storytelling.
Right.
In terms of the scenes, yes, they're ecchi and naughty and fan servicey. I'm not debating you on that. I agree with you. Mm-hmm. But in terms of, like, what Mamako wants for whatever, Masato, I don't know, I could have was drawing a blank there.
Should have just said Makun.
So it's wholesome. She's pure. She's innocent. She doesn't want anything bad to happen to her kid. So, can you really fault her? She's not doing anything wrong. So it's like that. It's not overtly naughty, and he says it himself too. He's all like, "Oh, how could I have these thoughts about my mom?" See, it's wholesome. So I do agree, like we've said on past episodes, with Roman that the Medi Dragon arc was a little
slow.
Yeah, and even though Roman's still left with liking Medi as a character, so obviously bad storytelling doesn't mean a bad character is a result.
Nope.
So
Character can still be good.
Right.
There's always at least one good character in a bad anime. Which this is not a bad anime. I'm not saying this is a bad anime.
No, I get what you're saying.
In general.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I can agree with that sentiment. That's something else that should be on a shirt. So that's kind of where I was at, and it's also like it took the whole nature of another isekai where the main character is OP, but it's like the main character is not OP though. This time it's like the character's sidekick is the OP one. So rather than like Kirito being the one who's OP, this time it's more like Asuna is the one who's OP. Right. And Kirito is just like, yo, that's supposed to be me. What the hell? So that also is like another kick in the teeth. So I appreciate that. I like that. Like I said, I think it has a lot of great elements. It's fun, and it's the character designs by Pochi that really makes it all fantastic. And it's also good timing too, because Roman did tag me yesterday in the article saying that Chiyo-san is also getting an anime adaptation. So apparently there were enough degenerates that liked Mommy Online that his other work, Pochi's other series, is now getting animated as well. So
Yep.
this is fantastic. I am excited. It also kind of raised the specter of. We saw Momoko, and it was like, oh, Momoko's hot. All right, fine. But it was also like, there's other kids in the games too, right? So what's up with their moms? And then you saw the other moms, and it was like, oh, they look like moms.
Yeah. Except for like the other girls on the team,
Yeah,
Wise's
mom.
and Medi.
Yeah, Medi Mama. No idea about Porter though. Dun dun dun.
Yeah, that was. Wondering what's going on with that.
Season 2. Well, now Season 2 obviously is going to be delayed since we're getting the Chiyo-san anime. So, but it's encouraging. It's like definitely go watch the Chiyo-san anime if you like Mommy Online. I think that we're now. Though this one, Chiyo-san, to my knowledge, is not an isekai. No. That's more like it's like if you took Lukoa and Shotakun from Maid Dragon and just made it an entire series. There you go. That's the Chiyo-san. So. Which is fine with me too, because I thought that was wholesome too. It's like Lukoa just wants to be a big sister and smother Shotakun. Is that so bad? Foul succubus boy. So
when he's older, he's going to be accepting it so many times.
Right.
Like, won't be able to pry that kid away from her.
Yeah. So yeah, it was. I like I said, I think that it did enough that I think it was definitely one of the funner shows. And then of course, I mean, look what she did for anime profile pictures. Yeah. Revolutionized profile pictures with pouting Momoko. So
I got a pouting darkness. So
yeah, I wanted to change my pouting Raiko, but I'm too lazy. I know, I just keep forgetting. I'm like, I should really change that. But it's also like it's Momoko, Raiko. It works.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's I'm looking forward to Chiyo-san. Maybe I should go buy the light novels and get ahead of the game.
Maybe. I think that one's only going to be an OVA though.
Yeah, because I think it wasn't that long either. I think it was 1 or 2 volumes. Maybe or maybe just like one long book. Yeah,
maybe.
But that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fun. That works for me. Like I said, I'm happy to get this and yeah.
See how it is.
Yeah.
Looks like it's got good animation based off of the one image.
Yeah. So like I said, JC staff, everyone had gripes with them doing One Punch Man, but then when they did Mommy Online, I didn't have any problems with them. And they also were the ones that did Konosuba as well, so
yeah.
Like I said, I completely okay with this. I want to see more. I want to see expanded. I still want to see Medi Dragon get redeemed so I can rub it in Roman's face when I could be like, ha ha ha.
I mean, as long as they keep giving that dragon boobs, it's not going to get redeemed.
And what's funny is that we looked at the light novel when we were doing the manga episode, and you actually saw in Pochi's artwork, Medi Dragon actually didn't have boobs. So that was an anime exclusive.
Yeah. Thank you, anime, for ruining that.
Thank you, JC staff. That's what y'all should be complaining about, not One Punch Man, but Medi Dragon getting boobs for no reason.
But Medi herself was great.
Yeah, Medi was fun.
Wise was good too. So
yeah, Wise had her moments, but yeah,
they were all good. What am I talking about?
Yeah,
she was funny.
The chipmunk.
Yeah.
Oh man,
the one who doesn't want to talk about her mom.
Dun dun dun. Well, yeah. How are we gonna? We need to extend the story somehow.
I guess.
So yeah. So, Mommy Online, go watch it. Prepare yourself because that's coming. That's all I got.
Yeah. I actually didn't even have that in my mentions.
Wow. I am sad.
I I think actually my original list did have it in my mentions.
And that's on top of that Kayano Ai was like, it was on Sankaku Complex. What was she like? The #1 voice actress of the year, the #1 most paid voice actress, or something like that. And I think a huge part of that was because of her in Sword Art. Because
Right.
she actually was Alice. But she also was like Atago and Azure Lane, obviously Mamako, Darkness in the Konosuba movie. So she was definitely putting in work this year.
Yeah.
So, not to take anything away. Oh, and she was also in Demon Slayer. She was Shinobu's older sister.
Right.
The one that totally ate it. Even though in the anime she was in there for like all of it, like 5 minutes.
Total.
Like 3 minutes even, being not being generous.
Right.
And then in she was this year's that's FGO, but so FGO the game will not count that because this was like in terms of anime. Yeah, now I'm going through my notes from previous episodes. I'm like, what else was she in? I think that was it. Yeah. Yeah. So she had a pretty bang year, so so props to her. She earned it.
Yeah, definitely.
So but anyways, that's all I got.
All right, that's all you got for. Okay, so you're just gonna go through all your mentions first, and then.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start at the bottom, the ones that might trigger you the most, and then we'll go from there. I don't think I have anything that'll trigger you actually,
Nah,
but
probably
yeah,
not.
but yeah,
Okay. Man, I should have done that then, but oh well.
it's fine.
I'll just do those at the end.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, so my number, well, I guess number 9. My list is kind of out of order, so I'll just say the first 5 here aren't really in any order.
Okay.
I got how heavy are the dumbbells you lift?
Haha.
Because that surprised me at how much I really enjoyed that show. I figured I'd like it, but I didn't think I would like it as much as I did.
So I have a confession to make. We were actually in Japantown this past Friday evening, San Francisco Japantown,
Right.
and we saw the mangas there. And I was just kind of flipping through, and I was all like, "This is pretty intense." It's almost kind of like it was a different take. It's more so like on the manga, they wanted to make it look more kind of stylized, and in the anime there was more like for that shock humor or the facial expressions to make it look goofy and all of that.
Right.
But yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
but in the manga it was more like them sweating and the clothes more getting like sticky and sticking to their bodies and stuff like that. And yeah,
so what you're saying is I need to get the manga.
probably worth checking out. Sure. Yeah.
So yeah, I really enjoyed this series. Who would have thought a workout anime would make my top 10, and even above Bang Dream.
Yeah.
What was her name? Hibiki? Is that the name of the main
Yep.
character?
Yep.
She was great. She was super funny.
If anything, she was almost like the most honest character there.
Yeah.
The one everyone could like attach to.
Yeah, they could find,
They could connect with.
like a connection with.
Yeah.
Because she just wanted a good beach body and
Yep.
get a boyfriend.
Yep.
But she could never do it because she loved to eat so much.
Where everyone gets tripped up.
Yeah. It was like she would lose the weight, but then she would eat a ton of food and then gain it back.
Yep.
So she would never get the body she wanted. I can't remember a lot of their names.
So. Oh. Yeah. Good point.
But I mean, that's for those who actually watch my reactions. That shouldn't be a surprise for you at all. I know Machio. I mean, you can't forget him.
He's the muscle god.
Yeah, the muscle god. Oh, there it is. We're looking up the names.
And on top of that, I think that all things considered, the opening might be like the best opening of the year. I mean, if you like watch that opening, you got to get hype. I mean, I can't.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you, my anime list, for putting that ad right there for your own site. So we got a Kimi.
What? So the Shorin is Aqua from Konosuba.
Oh, really?
Wow.
That's Aqua's
Oh,
beard?
and that's Amamiya Sora. Wow, Toyama now is Gina. Wow, Ibaraki.
Oh, okay.
Tachibana. That's the teacher. That's
Yeah.
Sensei.
Yeah, the best girl.
But yes, it's funny how the teachers always happen to be.
The best girl.
This one, Ayaka, I don't know. I don't recognize Ayaka. Barnold, yes. And I think, if I remember correctly, the Snake Eyes teacher, that one is Edie'sfield from Fate Zero.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Okay.
The one that's actually the mom with kids. And she also is really good at working out.
Yeah, and very scary.
Yes. Because Edie'sfield is actually very scary.
Says she's Seer in Danmachi.
Yeah, I don't... Yeah, she's one of the people from the bar. Yeah, I have no idea who she does.
Yeah, I'm looking up all the people here.
Fate Apocrypha. She was Chiron's master in Apocrypha. Okay. Goblin Slayer? I don't even know what that is. See, yeah, she does a bunch of little roles. Oh,
the girl that died.
Ripperoni.
Got the worst of the first episode.
Oh, man.
Like, okay.
That's not something you want on your resume. But hey, she came up in the world. Then she's in Dumbbell.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So, imagine looking at that resume. Who were you? I was the girl that died in the first episode of Goblin Slayer. Oh,
which one was
okay.
Keijo?
Keijo's the butt anime.
She was in that.
Oh, hey, it's what should we call it? Oh, she was one of the rival characters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it seems like she mostly plays support characters.
Yes, which is funny because it's Ayaka. Ayaka was pretty good though. Ayaka probably was like behind the teacher. Was probably like best girl.
Okay.
So, but
yeah, Boxer girl.
Boxer-chan. So now that everyone's refreshed, it's like Roman said, man, this was like 6 months ago. So,
Yeah.
And again, too, like I said on earlier episodes, it was just really, personally, it was great timing because it was right around the same time I started actively going to the gym myself. So it was like, what better motivation than to see a goofy-ass anime about going to the gym to motivate you to go to the gym.
Yeah.
And that's what everyone kept saying, man. It's like, oh, go be macho, go be macho. Yeah, so.
I kind of feel like if they timed this right, they could have got all those New Year's resolution people.
Right.
If they would have put this towards the end of the year.
Right.
Or even this season.
Right. Which is funny, too, because they actually did have an episode of about New Year's where they went to the temple and all of that.
Yeah.
And then
the Muscle Temple.
The Muscle Temple, and Sensei and her friend were drinking.
Yeah. Here's to another year of being single.
So, what's funny, too, and I think was a missed opportunity, was, well, maybe it's different in Japan, but they should have covered how after New Year's, everyone rushes to the gym because it's their New Year's resolution to get in shape. Yeah. But then afterwards, 2 weeks later, everyone stops.
They did an episode kind of like that.
Yeah.
What was it, for summer?
I think so. I remember.
No, they were talking about peak.
Yeah, the rush, the after office or the after work rush.
Yeah,
which is true, but that's all. That's like always a constant. Like that always happens. But like right now, when I went, I actually like last week I had someone actually ask when I stepped off the elliptical. They were like, "Are you done with that?" And I was like, "I've never been asked that." Like, there's always been a free machine for people to just walk up and jump on.
Yeah.
But all the machines were being used to the point where someone literally had to ask me, he's like, are you done with that? I was like, wow, this must be busy. This really is busy. Wow.
Give it a few weeks. It'll be back to normal.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm ready. But, yeah. Yeah, that's, it was really, really good timing. And it was just funny. And, yeah, it was good characters. And yes, they actually do get and intersplice it with actual weightlifting knowledge and tips and all of that. So it is, for all its ridiculousness, still kind of grounded in reality.
Educational.
Yes.
They just throw in all the ecchi comedy stuff just to kind of get you interested, so you kind of hook you in there.
It grabs your attention, and then it's all like, hey, now that you've seen some thighs and boobs, How about learning how to lift some weights?
Yeah, here's how you do a bench press.
Here's how you climb a tree.
Oh god, the tree episode. They thought they were lost.
Oh, man. And then, of course, Barnold.
Oh yeah, Barnold and Jason Statham.
Don't confuse him with that other guy who was in that movie, though, man. Two totally different people.
Yeah.
You know, don't be disrespectful. See, that's the other reason why Sensei was the best. She was always the most grounded in reality. She was always like, "Oh, yeah, I think I know what you're talking about, Sensei. How could you? What's wrong with you? Thinking all logical? How could you?" And then she's just like, "What did I do?"
What was it? Machio was Muscle King,
Machio was the Muscle King.
and Kamiket?
Oh yeah, the totally not Kenshiro.
Yeah, totally not Kenshiro.
Yes, he was Muscle King.
Sensei actually thought he was.
Yes.
It's like, oh, he's supposed to be that what? Then they brought Muscle King. He's like, who?
Yeah.
Who is this? Why have I not heard of this manga? Why does everybody know about it, but me?
So see, this is like the running gag.
Yeah.
So I kind of, and that's also something too I sympathize with Sensei with too. Is all like in my current age too. It's all like, oh yeah, I remember that guy. He's Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star. What are you talking about? That's All Might from Boku Hero. All right, kid. All right, whatever you say.
I actually said that watching this. And I was like, oh, he's Kenshiro, and they said, no, he's not.
No,
I felt just like Sensei. Like who? Like God.
totally different.
Totally different. But apparently still very famous.
Yeah. And then, of course, just like everything else with these animes, where they have cute anime girls and they make all the otakus and the weebs. So then they all started going to the gym, and then they never wiped down their equipment.
Yeah.
My goodness. When it came to Yudu Camp, they started going to all the campsites that Nadeshiko and Shimarin went to. And then they all left their garbage and their trash everywhere and didn't clean up after themselves. And yeah. So,
Like, you see, this is how you ruin things for everybody else.
right. They were like, the parks looked pretty and pristine just like they did in the anime, but after all the weebs and the otaku got to it, not anymore. So, that's actually what happened with me and the elliptical. Was when I got off, I actually was going to get some paper towels to clean off the machine. So, I'm not those guys.
Yeah.
But I know them feels.
Yeah.
But
I don't want to be on your sweat, dude. Can you clean that off, please?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they talked about that in the anime, too.
They did.
Cleaning your machines.
They did. They said wipe down your machines.
And they would always give you like a refresher on one of the exercises at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Like for, I don't know, a few seconds, 30 seconds to a minute, they'd go over it again and make you do a set.
Yep.
Or, well, not make you, but you could do a set with them.
Yes.
It's educational.
It is. Very much so.
Uh-huh.
That's so funny. I honestly didn't know that Aqua was Shoryan. I did not know that. How did we go so long and I didn't actually recognize that? Like, wow.
It didn't sound like her at all.
No, I know that Horiyui was the teacher, but I didn't even know that Toyama now was Gina. That was like, wow.
And who's she been? Oh, you said Ibaraki.
Yeah, Ibaraki, Elf Archer, and like Goblin Slayer.
Okay.
Oh man, I'm going through it. She was in Otosuki. She was the one in Otosuki that wanted to go to the amusement park. She was the one that had the black hair and the hairband and the headband. Mm. And then she's all like, "Oh, I didn't want to go to the amusement park with you. Actually, and it's my time of the month." That was her. Who else was? Yeah. But yeah, Toyama now has been doing a lot of things. I just don't remember anything off the top of my head right now. Kongo Sisters back on Kantai Collection.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you didn't mention anything about Hibiki's voice acting.
And you said you were watching Yudo Camp, right?
Heya Camp.
That's Yudo Camp, right?
Pretty much. Just like 3-minute little episodes.
But it's the same characters, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she's Rin. She's Shimarin. That's Toyama now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, and then the main character Hibiki's voice actress, I have no idea.
That's another one. It's like maybe she's new.
It might be her debut role as main character, which is great.
I think it was because she's only got 3 roles on here.
There you go, debut. Good for her. What a good show to debut on.
Kandagawa Jet Girls.
Oh, I downloaded that. I mean, I obtained that, and I haven't seen it.
Well, when you watch it, she's
supporting
Orange
character.
Emily.
All right.
Emily Orange.
Yeah, apparently Jet Girls is doing a collaboration with Senran Kagura, so I wanted to check it out, but I didn't know where to access it from, so... But, yeah.
And the other one she was in is a series called If My Favorite Pop Idol Made It to the Budokan, I Would Die.
I think I've heard that before.
When was this?
What? Yeah.
Oh, it's just airing.
Okay, there you go. That's why.
Okay, so it actually airs in a few days.
Okay.
On the 10th.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? That's the Idol Death one, where it's kind of like if they don't they got to kill each other to win, and then the number one becomes the idol. I think that was something like that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. It's like if they don't win the contest or whatever, then they kind of get offed. Yeah. Yeah. So it's like Survivor, but if you don't like make it to the top, you die. You get killed off.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's being an idol is intense, man. You thought Bang Dream was hardcore.
Intense, yeah.
Nah, man.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, props to her. Good
Yeah.
for her. She did good as a Hibiki. So yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's well. I guess I'll just call it my number 9 for now. But like I said, the
right.
bottom 5 aren't really in any order.
I mean, yeah, and that was definitely on my list too. So Dumbbell.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So I guess your next mention.
Is quintuplets.
Oh,
So
yeah, I haven't seen that one.
yeah, I won't dwell on it too long because especially with second season coming up, I know that you're gonna want to go in as blind as possible. So all I will say is that we got season 2 coming out, and I believe the manga is wrapping up. And from what I was hearing, it looks like Futaro is gonna end up with one of them. I thought he was gonna get the harem route and just marry all 5. That way nobody gets butthurt. But apparently no, because, he made the promise to one of them. And I'm like, I didn't like when they did that in Love Hina either. So,
Oh, they did that in Love Hina?
yeah. So I was like, why can't we all be winners? So,
Here's a participation trophy.
yeah. For this one instance, I was kind of like in that camp where, you're a winner and you're a winner. You get to be happy and you get to be happy. Because it's hard. It's like, we have this discussion all the time. It's all like, you can like any of the quintuplets as long as you don't like Itsuki. And it's like, I want to like Itsuki though, because she's voiced by Inori Minase. It's Rem. But more so it's Rinez from Detective Waver.
Right.
And we'll get to Rinez in a minute. But yeah, it's like I want to like Itsuki. And they make it seem to be like, oh, she's the main character, she's the heroine, blah, blah, blah. But yeah. So, yeah, but it's just, it doesn't even look like Miku is going to win. I think Miku seems to be the most popular one in terms of like the amounts of fan art and cosplay and all this attention. Seemed like Miku was the one that was going to win, and it's like, no, not even Miku. And it's like, wow.
Who, by the way, is voiced by Kokoro's voice actress from Bang Dream.
Correct. Whose name is also Miku. So,
yeah, Ito Miku.
yes. So, yeah. Yeah. And the audio drama, Miku is actually voiced by Ayane Sakura.
Really? So 2 girls from Bang Dream.
Yeah. And then she even did like a little like closet cosplay of Miku as well, so it was really adorable.
Nice.
But yeah. But in terms of like, I appreciated, like I said in a previous episode, quintuplets I felt was a throwback to old kind of classical harems where there's one dude, group of chicks, shenanigans happens, but when they really want to punch you with feels, they just kind of like, ugh. And that's kind of why it has this following and it's getting a season 2 because, It's probably not groundbreaking. It's probably not revolutionary, and it's also probably why it's wrapping up so soon, or at least sometime soon, I should say, because I think this is like 18 volumes or something. So it's not like it's so really soon, but
Right.
it's coming to an end soon. It's kind of like old school, kind of like we used to have it with like your Ranmas and your Love Hinas and your Ai Oria Awoshi. It was one of those styles, and we're forgetting that, because nowadays it's like you need to have a harem, but it needs to be an isekai, or it needs to be in Boku Hero Academia, like, in a Shonen Jump, or it needs to be in some other genre. It just can't just be a romantic comedy harem, or it just can't be a harem. It has to be a harem something else. So for this, it's just like, no, it's just going to be a harem. So I appreciated its simplicity.
I got a manga I gotta talk about after that.
Okay.
When you're done.
Okay, when I'm done ranting.
Yeah, when you're done ranting.
So yeah, that's it. I mean, that's pretty much all I can really think of. Yeah, because that's why I said it wasn't enough to be like in the top 5, but I definitely wanted to talk about it just because I appreciate its simplicity in its storytelling, and the characters are endearing enough. And yeah, and Ichika is best girl. So yeah.
Okay.
So go. What's this manga now?
You were talking about harem anime.
Yes.
And I just read this today because it was on Facebook, that manga page I follow. It's a harem anime where the dude is supposedly has 100 soulmates. But apparently, if he turns any of them down, they die.
Oof.
Because they used all their luck to get a soulmate, and if he just turns them down, then they're just going to have bad luck, so they're going to die.
Wow.
And now he's trying to figure out how to... He's most likely going to be with all of them in this instance.
So that's going to be an anime in 2021, huh?
Probably.
Yeah, let's be honest.
I would watch it because it was kind of funny.
Is it supposed to be comedy?
It's comedy.
I would assume so. With a premise like that, it'd have to be.
I mean, one of the girls is definitely tsundere.
Of
obviously.
course. Of course.
The other one, she was trying to get an indirect kiss.
Yeah.
She had him drink from her can.
Yeah.
And she's like, I can't drink all this. Can you drink some of it? He drank some of it. And then he's like, oh my god, is this going to be like an indirect kiss? And he's trying to drink it, and she spills it all over herself and drops the can on the floor.
Yeah, this sounds good. This sounds good. You know what this means? It's going to be on Funimation, right?
Most likely.
Yeah. Definitely not going to be on Crunchyroll.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring that up since you were talking.
No,
about
that's
all those different.
That's good. That's pretty much what. And that's, again, that's what you said too, because it's like you got to feel bad for the mangaka of that one because he has to come up with 100 personalities.
Yeah,
but that's the other thing too. Is like just like that quintuplets. It has that. It's all like Nino is the tsundere, Miku is the shy and quiet nerd, Ichika is like the outgoing like older sister. Yotsuba is the sporty tomboy, and then Itsuki
is
eats. Yeah, they literally call her Eat Ski.
So, I guess for you, she would be like Artoria.
Yes, which is why again everyone says you can like any of the quintuplets, you just can't like Eat Ski.
So she'll be my favorite
then. Because it's like when you're looking at her personality, it's like, what does she do? What does she bring to the table? It's like nothing. She just literally eats. Her whole thing is food. So it's like, all right.
I mean, in Yatsura, Ray was the same way, and he got a girl. So,
well,
because all she wanted to do was cook for him.
Well, let's just say that Itsuki doesn't look like she's winning either. So all that eating isn't helping. But yeah. Anywho, yeah, quintuplets. Quintuplets good. I am looking forward to season 2. And I think that if this is the way it's going, I might just end up finishing through the manga just to get closure and, cry in my pillow at night that Ichika didn't win.
Okay.
Thanks for the support.
I mean, I'll probably be more on your side when I watch it. Who knows? I gotta actually watch it and see how these girls are.
Yeah, I think that if anybody, I think you would be more of a... I think you would be a Nino, quite honestly.
Who's that?
Nino is the tsundere.
Oh, yeah, okay, probably.
Yeah, I think you might be a sin. There was a guy in my FGO chat. He loves Jelter, so we were all like, "Yeah, he's a Nino. He's a Nino."
Oh god, the tsundere and that other one is super tsundere. Like he gave her a drink,
Yeah,
and she's like, being like, "Why? Like, why are you doing this?" And she turns around, and she goes, "Oh, well, thank you." And then like a second later, she goes, "This doesn't mean I'm thankful," and runs off.
that is a vintage tsundere. That's like textbook definition tsundere. Yeah, good times.
Okay,
Yeah, that's all I.
so quintuplets.
Yes.
I do still need to watch it.
Yeah. Yes, you do.
It has been recommended to me multiple times by people on the channel, so yeah, eventually I'll get around to it. We both have this one on our list. It's Lord Elmaloy,
Detective Waver.
Detective Waver.
Okay.
Before this, the only Fate series I had watched was, the only two I had watched were the original Fate Stay Night and Fate Zero. So I really don't know a whole lot of the lore to the Fate series, or what do you call it, the Nasuverse?
Yeah, the Nasu cinematic universe.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of knowledge on that. So watching this and kind of getting hearing you talk about it, about all the different things they brought up from all the different shows and characters that made appearances, and was pretty interesting for me because I was like, okay, he's from Apocrypha. This one's I know. Oh God, what's her name? From Fate Grand Order.
Olga Marie?
Yeah, Olga Marie. Yeah. I know her.
The OC.
For as short as she's in Fate Grand Order.
Yeah, she got a bigger part in Detective Waver than she did in FGO.
I know, right? And Waver I really liked from Fate Zero, so seeing a whole series on him was great. Him and Iskander. I mean, you only got mentions of Iskander until the very end, but still, Iskander was my favorite servant from Fate Zero. Yep. My cousins too, Belle. Uh-huh. She really liked them as a duo as well, so we agreed on that. So yeah, it was just interesting for me to watch this and see all the different characters from all the other shows and to learn a little bit more about I guess the clock tower and
right. That's basically Mage Association, yeah.
Yeah, because again, I know really nothing about the lore or anything about the world and Fate.
Yeah,
and this seemed like probably for somebody who was just jumping in, it'd be really confusing.
Yeah, I would not recommend this series as a jumping off point.
Right, but I mean, I had a little bit of knowledge, so it was just like, okay, so that kind of fills in this, and I just really enjoyed that, learning more about the world of Fate through this series, and seeing more Waver. He was really cool.
So I think that you pretty much were at the perfect spot to actually start, because you said you watched Original Stay Night and Zero.
Right.
It's basically what the prerequisites were, because you saw Detective Waver. It literally picked up right at the end of Zero. So
yeah, first episode.
Yeah.
Pretty much picked up right there.
So what was funny was that way back in 2012, 2013, 2012, I think, when I saw Zero, and I finished Zero when I came back from Anime Expo, I said, I want to see a series where Waver becomes Billy Badass. Because I was like, he got changed by Iskander, his experience with Iskander, it changed him. He's not going to be a punk bitch anymore.
Right.
I want to see that. I want to see his transformation. Then I saw the first half of Ilya, where he actually was the one in charge of Clock Tower, and he's the one who dispatched Rin and Luvia to go get the magical Clow cards. They're not the Clow, but anyways, it's basically Cardcaptor Saga. But anyways, and then I was like, oh, what is that? I didn't know that they had already been working on that. Because I was like, that's a grown-ass Waver. It's basically Elmaloy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I didn't know about Elmaloy as a series until about 2 years ago. That's when I first started hearing the rumblings that there's this light novel where it's been running for a minute. He's been doing all of this stuff. He's been working his way to the top of the clock tower, this and that, and he's, really becoming Billy Badass like I wanted to see. And so that's when I kind of got excited about all this. Now, when they announced the anime, or maybe even beyond that, even further back, I think when they made the announcement that they were bringing out the manga for the Cooking with Emiya family, that was the same time that they announced they were bringing over the Detective Waver light novels, like officially in English.
Right.
And I've been waiting ever since. I never found a listing on Amazon, maybe Barnes & Noble. I need to check them out. That's a book retailer in America if you're listening outside of the country. But I needed to go look it up because I was like, I really want to know what's going on, what's really happening, or what's beyond this. Because, like Roman just said, they're pulling assets from like FGO and other Fate franchises, and that's not really something that happens until the now post-FGO era that we exist in now. And so, because you saw it in, like, Apocrypha. Apocrypha existed in, like, 2014 or 2015? But when you watch the anime, it's got characters like Artemis, Medea Lily, and then apparently when there was a flashback sequence, you actually saw the dude from Yggdrasil Millennia. He's the craft essence that has, like, the Millennium Tree, and it's that guy with, like, purple curly hair, kind of.
Okay.
If you have that craft essence. He apparently had Theon Come Hail.
Oh.
Come Hail. That's his name. Come Hail.
I'm sorry.
As a servant. Yeah, I know, right? But, so, in other words, the bottom line is that they were pulling assets from FGO. And then, when they did the Fate Extra anime, which is Roman's favorite Nero, Fate Extra, the best Fate, you saw the same thing. You saw, like, there was a scene where Kotaro Fuma was in a flashback, basically. So, they've been pulling assets from FGO that never existed. And so, I don't know how much of that was actually, like, all the, like, Klaus and Shishigo from Apocrypha. I don't know if they were always in there, or if that was an anime exclusive thing to kind of make you, get you hype and get you to go buy Apocrypha Blu-rays, play FGO, and this and that. I have no idea. I have no idea if that was all, Easter eggs or tie-ins, or if that always existed. I do know that Luvia was always a part of it, but I don't think Rin was. Because to my knowledge, it took place right before Rin showed up, and then Rin shows up to Clock Tower, does her education, then goes back to Japan. And then right after she gets back, not too long, like a couple months after she gets back, that's when the Fuyuki Holy Grail 2004 starts. But yeah. I don't know. I don't know how much of that. And on top of that, the other argument too, or the other discussion was always that, Apocrypha takes place at a time where Stay Night never happened, because it was supposed to go that after Waver and Zero happened in 2004, that's when Apocrypha happens in the middle of, like, backwoods Europe. So Stay Night never happened. Instead, it was the Greater Grail War. Okay, fine. But then the alternate universe, so now we're in, like, what is the MCU and DC and Marvel always go, like, Earth 616 or Earth 636 or whatever.
Yeah.
So now in Nasuverse 636, instead of Fuyuki 2004, instead it's Fate Prototype with Proto Arthur and Proto Gil and all of them. And so it's like, it's another alternate universe. So, yeah. It's one of those things. And then on top of that, too, you have not necessarily an alternate universe, but you have alternate storylines in Stay Night itself, because you have Stay Night, Unlimited Blade Works, and Heaven's Feel. So, 3 different routes in the same story. So, yeah. And then on top of that, too, on New Year's, we also saw the commercial for Strange Fake, which is another alternate story.
Which actually has a different Hercules.
Yes.
Archer or Hercules.
Yes.
He's supposedly pretty bad. Like, badass.
Yeah. Well, because it's him with all of his sanity.
Yeah.
So, it's like cooler Kevin Sorbo.
Cooler Kevin Sorbo. Can't get any cooler than Kevin Sorbo.
This is him. I don't know, make him anime. Hey! There we go. So.
What was the anime character once before?
I think so, yeah.
I can't remember who, but
Yeah,
whatever.
I always remember that they got Kevin Sorbo to be Hercules in God of War 3.
Oh yeah, they did do that, didn't they?
Yeah,
that was great.
That was a good. That was. It's like I wonder if which of the kids will actually get that reference.
None of them. Probably.
None of them. No.
But
But
their
yeah,
dads.
yeah,
Like, hey, that's Kevin Sorbo.
yeah. That's my Hercules. But yeah, yeah. So it's like that. But in terms of Detective Waver, it gave us Gray, who is the best Artoria face. That's not MILF Toria, so that's why she's second. But she's still the best Artoria face.
Next to standard Artoria.
No. above Saber Artoria.
Next to.
So, yeah. And she's so adorable. She's just trying her best. And they didn't really explain her story. I was shocked. I honestly thought that they were going to explain it, but I guess not. I guess we're going to save that for season 2. So, all right. And
I
I
didn't really get much into her story at all.
No,
Little hints, but
because they said that the first half or the first 2/3 of the series, the anime, was like all completely original storylines. That's again why I'm all confused as to what assets were originally in Detective Waver and which were pulled from other Fate properties. And then they said this, and then the rest of it was going to be Zeppelin Graph, which I guess was from the light novel.
and that's the train.
That is the train, but then they put Olga Marie on there. So they still made it basically an anime exclusive thing. So I don't know, but it worked. It absolutely worked. It was all great. It's definitely one of the recommended shows. It is definitely one of those things where if you have some knowledge of Fate and the universe, you'll get all the references. Like the dude, the redheaded dude that was kind of snide in the very beginning of the show, that's what's his name? That's El Malloy's brother-in-law. So he was the brother to the chick that fell in love with Diarmuid in the middle of Zero. That's her brother. That's why he's a little mad about Waver, because he blames Waver for getting his sister killed. Then there's Rines herself, who's the niece of Archibald El Malloy, the dude who got offed, obviously, in Zero. Because get for stepping up to Kiritsugu. What did you think was gonna... He put up a good fight, though. He put up a good... The hallway fight in Zero, one of the best fights outside of Kide versus Kiritsugu at the end of the show. There you go. Those are your two best fights of the series. So, but anyways, yeah. So she's his niece, but because she's so far removed, Rines doesn't have really any of the power, influence, or money. That's why she's all like, "Well, you got my uncle killed, so I need your protection. Oh, by the way, you're also going to help me gain influence." So I also really, really like that the maid uses the same what do you call it, liquidium or whatever the hell it's called, the same substance that he was using too. I appreciate that. Again, it's one of those things where it's those Easter eggs. Oh man, it's a craft essence, and I have like so many of them in FGO. But yeah, I appreciate that nod. That's what he used. That's what she uses too. And then, of course, like I said, she's voiced by Inori Minase. So Inori Minase officially joins the FGO or the Fate universe. Same thing with Gray's voice actress, Kanao from Demon Slayer. Now she's in the Fate universe. So it's really great. And then yeah, and on top of that too, it's almost like when you think about what context or what use would Waver have outside of being a mage in the Fate universe, and it's like, oh well, we're just gonna have him go solve mysteries, and it works.
Yeah,
it absolutely works. And what was kind of funny too is that for as badass as he was at times, he also was still Waver, so he was still kind of a dork.
Yeah.
And so I appreciated that. I really appreciated that. And what's funny is that even in FGO, for some, you still can sometimes see it, that he's still kind of a dork, and he's still just kind of like, why me? So it's like he grew up, but he never grew out of it. So, yeah.
There's some things you just don't grow out of.
Right. So I think I'm gonna wrap this up on my end because this is gonna turn into an FGO talk if this goes on. I think you've heard this all year long.
Yeah.
You could go hear any of these things.
Go to any of the podcasts that had us talking about Lord Elmaloy, and you'll get an FGO talk.
Yeah,
Because that's eventually what it turns into.
yeah. Because they pulled so much from other franchises and things, and it all ties into each other.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at previous notes from other episodes we did, and then even the Mystic Eyes of Death Perception. They mentioned that on like episode 10 or something.
Yeah, when they were on the train.
Yeah,
talking about the highest rated Mystic Eyes.
Yep.
And I think the priest was like one lower than that. Or
Yep.
something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they just got to find Shiki, and they can take her eyes. And
Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
yeah, once I start watching Kara no Kyokai again, I'll understand more about her.
Oh, you have Saber Shiki, huh?
Yeah, I do have Saber Shiki.
I think in the rerun for Kara no Kyokai, you can get her bunny ears.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I believe so.
Does
It's
she
a costume.
wear that in the anime too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a dress sphere, so it's a costume sphere. But yeah, I believe if you have her, then you can unlock that.
Nice. I'll have to get that then.
Yeah, for sure.
Bunny girls are good, so.
I agree.
Okay. So yeah, I pretty much went into what I wanted to about Lord Elmaloy because I mostly had it on there because, like I said, I like learning more about any lore about Fate because I'm very uneducated on Fate.
Fate Expanded Universe.
Yeah.
Fate Cinematic Universe.
If it's not FGO and Zero, then yeah, I had no idea about it because I hadn't watched anything else.
Fair. Yeah. You get yeah. Things that I gotta stop because otherwise we're gonna be like, well, let's talk about the New Year's special, and it's like, well, that's not what we're here for today.
Right. So let me see. That was mine. What was?
All right.
We gotta go
So,
into one of yours.
The next one I got, I'm gonna talk about We Never Learn.
Okay.
So
I haven't finished it yet.
You haven't finished it. Okay.
I think I'm on episode 10.
Okay, and I haven't seen the finale. So, yeah. So I think we may more or less be in the same boat.
Okay.
But I feel, again, the same way about quintuplets. It was almost funny because quintuplets came out first. And it was kind of like, well, what's the gimmick with the quints? Well, they're all dumb, and he's a tutor. So, okay, cool. And they all have personality quirks. So, We Never Learn comes out. And it's like, well, what's their gimmick? They're all dumb, but they have quirks. So it's like, so they're like basically the same thing. And it's all like, oh no, well, these ones, they're actually not dumb all around. They actually have areas of expertise. In quintuplets, they're dumb all around.
Dumb as bricks.
They are dumb as bricks, but they're adorable, so they get away with it. But they're dumb as bricks.
Yeah.
But in We Never Learn, it's like they all have their specialty and their quirk, but where they're failing is what's their character motivation.
Yeah.
So it's like Furuhashi, she's really good at writing, but she's terrible at math. But she wants to study math because she wants to get into astronomy. Mm-hmm. And then you had I was gonna say Fujino, but Fujino is Furuhashi. Origa? Not Origa.
Oh, God. Ogata.
Ogata, thank you. Ogata is great at math, but she's awful at writing. She can't write.
Because she doesn't understand people.
So she can't write stories or make narratives. So I forgot what did she want to learn how to write for though?
She wanted to get into psychology, didn't she?
Was that what it was?
She wanted to get into psychology.
There you go. She wants to learn how to write so that she can get into psychology. What's her name? Uruka.
I think
Uruka is athletic, but she, by the end of it, at least by season 2, it seemed that she needed to learn English because when she starts becoming an international athlete, in particular for like Olympics, if she doesn't know how to speak English or know how to speak other languages, then it's going to really hinder her.
Well, plus I think they wanted her to go to an overseas college.
Right. Yeah.
In the U.S.
In season 2, yeah.
So, yeah.
So, By the way, that episode where I actually had to speak English to those foreigner guys right outside of 7-Eleven, I was literally dying. I was all like, that's me. Hi there, pretty Japanese girl! That's actually from Full Metal Panic. That's actually from Full Metal Panic. That was from Michi Shinichiro, actually. Our boy, Michi Shinichiro, actually said that, because he was the... I forgot. God, I can't remember his name. But Michi Shinichiro, by the way, is Kojiro in Fate. And he actually he does a bunch of characters, and especially in FGO. He does like 7. Wow. He's also like Come Hail. He's so Paracelsus. So yeah, he does. But yeah, in the original Fate Stay Night, he was the original voice of Kojiro.
Okay.
But if you really go back, he was like Alan Shazar in Escaflowne.
Oh. Okay.
So, but anyways, that's neither here nor there. The point is that when they started talking to Utica in English, I was like, that's me in Japan. So, granted, I usually pull someone's attention by going, no, sumimasen, one of those ways to kind of like get them to lower their guard. Then I hit them with the English.
You put them in a false sense of security. Like, oh, this guy knows Japanese.
Oh,
I only
boom!
know that phrase. Get ready for the English.
12 weeks of Japanese. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then Kominami Senpai, actually. Kominami, at first I was just kind of like, okay, she didn't really get a whole lot at the end of season 1. But then in season 2, she really came out. I'm surprised you didn't like her, dude. She's basically a Bang Dream character.
How do you mean?
She's great at guitar. She was in the K-On! Club.
Was she?
Yeah, okay, that might be where you stopped then. That might be an episode
where I stopped.
So yeah, basically, spoilers. Then I won't really. Well, like I said, I think it's kind of where I stopped. But yeah, it turns out she was in the K-On! Club.
Okay.
So yeah, so she's kind of like
the light music club.
Yeah, she wants to become. Her gimmick is that she wants to become a medical student. But I don't know. But yeah, she
wasn't good at science.
Yeah, she's not good at science. And her dad is apparently this renowned backstreet or back alley doctor. So
she wants to help.
Yeah,
but he keeps telling her, "Stop doing it.
Yeah,
do what you want."
Yeah,
but I want to be a doctor. No, you don't.
So now that I think about it, shockingly enough, all of the characters are like pretty much all only have their dads, huh? Ogata only has her dad who runs the restaurant. Furuhashi has the dad who's the math teacher.
I don't know if Ogata only has her dad. They just only show her dad.
Fair. Okay.
But
Furuhashi
it would be the opposite for the dude because it's only his mom.
Only his mom, right. And his sister who has a bro complex.
Yeah, gets jealous from all the other girls.
Typical harem. And then Kominami Senpai only has her dad.
Yeah. The doctor. Yeah.
So that's different. So that's a different dynamic. It's mainly, but scumbag dads.
Yeah.
But to be fair, Ogata's dad's not really scumbag. No, he's just trying hard. So you can't, go easy on the guy.
You can call that is what, Fumino's?
Fumino's dad is kind of a jackass.
Yeah.
He granted he kind of loosened up a little bit, but yeah, he was still kind of a jackass. So yeah, so you got the girls, you got their quirks, but then of course they all pale in comparison to Kirisu Sensei, and like I said, I had to ban it because for everybody it's just like OP. But I think we got shut down. I think we were both proven incorrect, or at least I was. I'll definitely accept my loss. When you saw the end of the year rankings, or at least the end of the season, Furuhashi number 1. Number 1. I was like, Kirisu Sensei number 10. I was like, whoa.
I mean, you know why that is. They focused more on Fumino in this season than they did anybody else.
So, I kind of agree with that. I think
the last few episodes, anyway.
Yeah. And they actually ended that too. They took that same approach with the end of season 1 too, where they kind of ended it on the Fumino episodes. Mm-hmm. And it was kind of like you kind of got a little bit of like the Ogata kind of loosening up when they were on the school field trip in the forest.
Yeah.
So that's when she kind of loosened up a little bit, became a little less tsundere. But for the Fumino episodes, it was almost like they packed all the emotion or all the feels, at least all their attempts to give you feels, they shoved them into the Fumino episodes.
Yeah.
And everybody else just kind of like with
all
the other characters, they really didn't get that much like emotional impact You know,
it was like business as usual for everybody else.
yeah, you know, like Uruka didn't really get a whole lot of, you know, she got like one scene at the swimming pool when she's trying to make a confession of some sort, and it just didn't happen.
Right.
And then like Koinami really was like, let's go help me be a maid, you know. And then with Kirisu Sensei, there absolutely was none. There was no drama or nothing. It was always like, let me help Kirisu out of this predicament, yet at the same time end up taking off her top somehow.
From what I read in the comments, if they do a third season, Teacher's going to get more shine.
Good. And this, honestly, she got a lot of time too. Honestly, all things considered, she definitely got more than Uruka, Ogata, and Kominami. That's for sure. So, but yeah, I never saw it coming. Out of all the characters, well, I don't know. I guess maybe in retrospect, hindsight is 2020. I guess I should have seen it coming. Especially Fumino is actually the only Nendoroid that's been announced as well. So,
oh yeah, that's right. I know. Last season when they were doing the top 10s, everybody was on it because they gave everybody their time to shine and stuff. This season, it was like they started that off, and then towards the back end of it, they're like just throwing all the Fumino emotional stuff.
Yeah, because Fumino and Fumino's dad was almost like 3 episodes out of like 12, 3 or 4 episodes.
Had her living with him for an episode.
Yeah.
Well, with the main dude, whatever his name is.
Main dude.
Yeah.
Harem protagonist.
Number 50.
Yes. Futaro, We Never Learned, Bokuben, same guy.
Yeah. But,
so, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, that's why she's not higher on the list. And even then, when she didn't have that much going, she's still number 10. Imagine if she was in there more often.
Right. Right. Yeah, yeah. So, what's funny was that Kimihako messaged me like, I'm all caught up on We Never Learned, yay, Kirisu Sensei. And I was like, but don't you make her sing. That's right, you haven't seen that part. But yeah,
I will soon.
You will soon, yeah.
I will soon.
Yeah, I don't know. But it was like, Fumino ended up higher on the list than like characters like Alice or like any of the girls from like Fire Force or was that list from the season or from the year?
Season.
From the season. Okay.
They're still doing the year. Like the voting is still going on for the year.
She was higher than like Ponzi?
Yeah. They really pushed for her, so
Enterprise? Yeah, Belfast?
Star Trek show?
Yes.
Oh.
Azure Lane.
I think they were only on for the first few weeks. Like, any of the girls from Azure Lane.
Yeah. What's funny about that, just sidetracking real quick, was Azure Lane actually had the premise that they wanted Kansai Collection to have. People got super butthurt and super salty because Kansai Collection was kind of slice of life, school life. Like, we're the girls, we live at dorms, look at us train and, get into little fights with each other, but then we overcome them because power of friendship. And once in a while, they actually went out because they were like, enemies off the coast, and then they went out and there's an action scene and they blew stuff up.
Right.
But for the most part, they were mad. They were like, why does this take place in some stupid academy school thing? Why is it like a school and there's teachers and it's a school life and this is better than more like K-On! They were like, why isn't like a big war story and why should it all be military battles and fighting? Fine, so then they did it in Azure Lane. And now who's talking about it? Quite the opposite. As a matter of fact, they had to pull it back because they were like, we want to increase the quality of the show. And it's like, I don't know. You just can't win.
Well, I don't know if you saw it, but I guess the animator for that show said that he half-assed the episode that he worked on. Like, he's like, nobody's even watching this. Why should I even bother? And then he got in trouble.
Amazing.
Because he tweeted that.
Amazing. Absolutely fantastic. I actually enjoyed it. I was enjoying Azure Lane. I think I'm on episode 5 or 6.
Yeah, I forget which one. I think I'm around that area too.
Yeah.
I gotta
Yeah.
I figure I'll just pick it back up when they're about to do the last 2 episodes
Yeah.
in March.
I think I still might catch up just to catch up, and then when they finish it up, whenever they finish it, like I said, it's the same issue with like One Punch Man that we had, where it was just kind of like I don't really notice these kinds of animation quality drops or issues. I just watch it. You know, if the storyline of the characters are good, I'll watch it. So
Yeah, I don't notice it till they post screenshots.
from that character all the way in the background that has a weird looking face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is why, I watched both Quintuplets and We Never Learn. It's pretty much just like, hey, can I copy your homework? Sure, but just change it so it doesn't look like you copied it. And then there you go. Mm-hmm. So that's 5 dumb girls or 10 dumb girls this year that were all cute and adorable and like, aw. But Furuhashi, again, number 1. Better than Ponzi. Wow.
I don't see it.
I don't see it either.
I mean, I like her, but I wouldn't put her at number 1.
It was so funny because it was like Fumino was number 1, Alice, voiced by Kayano Ai, number 2, and then 3 and 4 is Asuna and Ponzi, both voiced by Haruka Tomatsu. Fantastic. So, yeah. But, you know what? Props to her. Apparently she did it. And, I did pre-order the Fumino Nendoroid. And it's like, not that I honestly don't even have anything against Fumino. It's just, she's not, like, my number 1. Just because, right. I don't know, it was kind of like, she was so passive, it just kind of like, I just didn't pay attention. But when she helped out, she was really thoughtful and really kind and caring. And I got that, and I was cool with it. So that's why it's not like one of those characters like, oh, she disgusts me. It's not like that. It's just, I like the other characters because they had more robust personalities. Even like Ogata, when she got all pouty, it was adorable. She's so soon today.
Yeah. It's like we've always said for this show, you can make a case for every one of these girls.
Right.
But you're still going to have your favorite.
Right.
But you're not going to be upset if one of them wins. Because you're like, okay, it makes sense. It's just number 1 out of every show.
Yeah, I guess I should apologize to Roman because I made him suspend Fumino or Kirisu Sensei, and it was unnecessary. Apparently, I was the only one who was cock blocking.
Apparently,
yeah, my bad. I apologize. You're free to give her number 1 status,
Yay.
God tier status.
All right. I mean, I never stopped, but
yeah,
I had to for our discussions.
Yeah. Okay. So like I'm over here. I'm like blocking him, like no glorifying Kirisu Sensei, and everyone's like Fumino. All right. But yeah, We Never Learned. Season 3 win.
Yeah.
So and to wrap it all up, I like what Roman said is that they gave We Never Learned the generic stare off into the distance. What new adventure awaits us next? And then it just keeps it wide open for the next season. That's how you do it.
Maybe. I mean, from what I hear, they didn't do that at all in the final episode.
Oh, well, same thing with like this one too. Remember, they kind of ended it when they were at the hotel, and then they were just kind of like, oh, "Okay, now we're back." Yeah. That's it.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess I was spoiled about it from reading comments, but apparently they have a winner, and it did a time skip. So, yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch this. This requires further investigation. Let's move on.
Yeah. It's my turn, huh?
Go for it.
So my next one is Shield Hero.
Ah.
Another one that we could both talk about.
Ah.
I will spoil you all now and say that Slime is not on my list. I think we went into that last time as to why.
Okay.
But Shield Hero's on there. Because, I mean, I wasn't just watching the main character build a city for 20 episodes.
Right.
And have a fight for an episode.
Right.
I mean, he actually had trials he had to go through from episode 1.
Right.
All the way up until, well, the end, even. Even when he got his name cleared, there's still people that don't like it.
Right.
Like the king and, I guess, bitch. That's her name now.
Yeah, don't flag him. That's literally her name.
That's her name.
He didn't come up with it.
Like, they still want to kill him. So he still has problems. It's just... Everything else about the show is really great. Like, the battles are really good. it was interesting learning that the villains are actually in the same situation as they are, where they're it's like their world is getting destroyed, but they have to kill these people in order to stop it, while the heroes from this world have to do the same to them.
So they say.
So they say. That was kind of interesting. I don't really think I've seen anything with that. I don't think so. I could be forgetting a lot of things about anime I've seen. And I think for that, everybody's best girl was Raphtalia, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Makes sense.
Unless you were a degenerate and you liked Milty or something. Or if you were a super degenerate and you liked Bitch.
Well, I'm sure there were people out there who did.
I honestly was waiting for a cosplayer. Just one ironic cosplayer to just be sassy and just be like, yeah, you know why I'm doing this.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't one of those degenerates, but...
This time.
I mean, at first, when you see her, it seems like, okay, she's pretty cool, and then she does what she does, and you're like, yeah, I hate you, and you need to die.
Yeah.
And we almost got that, but he backed out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, I mean, he had his reasons, so, I think I like his way better. They need to suffer more. Like, I'm sure if he had the opportunity right away, he would have been like, yeah, just kill him.
Yeah.
But he had time to think about it, and the queen and everything, so...
Yeah, when you think about it in terms of, like, isekais, in the isekai genre, when you started Shield Hero, he almost kind of had Kazuma vibes, where he's just like, I'm a loser, I have nothing going for me, but now I'm in a new world, yeah, I get to do everything, yeah, live my dream, yeah! And then stuff happens, and then it diverges completely from Konosuba and goes off into its own territory. But I just was kind of, at least in the beginning, when he didn't know any better, he seemed very Kazuma-esque in his naivety. But yeah. Yeah.
Even kind of Subaru. Because he was kind of the same way in the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where he was like, I'm in a new world? Yes!
Yeah.
What superpower do I have? And
yeah.
It's like, yeah, no, you don't. You just die and come back to life.
Unlike Mommy Online, where it's, what superpower do I have? Your mom. Your mommy.
When are they going to make it to Isekai Quartet?
Bruh. That'd be so funny, because then you'd have Kayano Ai as both Mamako and as Lolatina as Darkness.
Yeah.
And then, and then you have Takahashi Rie as Amelia and Megumin. I don't know. Yeah.
All right, well, anyway.
But, I mean, you are right. Shield Hero is coming into Isekai Quartet.
Yeah, that's true. They are coming in this season. So, next week, when the first episode airs, we'll probably be introduced to them, because they were going to introduce them at the end of Season 1. So, yeah. I don't know if it's just the three of them, or if the others are going to be in the other class.
So, we were actually... Well, hold up. Are we talking about Isekai Quartet and its own segment?
No.
Let
me stop then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that we're going into Isekai Quartet, and then later on talking about Isekai Quartet. But so for now, we'll keep the conversation on Shield Hero. And we'll come back to this Isekai Quartet in a moment. Yeah. So Shield Hero, it was like you said. It came at that time because for a minute, wasn't it running at the same time as Slime? Weren't they both going on at the same time in the beginning of the year?
Yes.
So it did kind of end like Slime Hero ended, where they're both at least like
Slime Hero. It's cool. Just go with it.
I'm gonna call it Slime Hero because they were both building their own countries by the end of it.
Yeah, but I didn't watch him do it for 20 episodes.
True. Which, was kind of weird, too. It didn't make sense how this guy was from, like, Japan and all of that, and how am I going to get back home by building a country? It just didn't... The
best part of Slime was when his coworker destroyed his computer so that they wouldn't look at his
That's a
internet
bro.
history.
That is a bro. That is the bro of bros right there, man. I hope that I have a friend or a coworker who's that legit. It's like, destroy all my incriminating evidence.
You got it.
Thanks, bro. Bleh. So, and like I said, it was one of those things, too. When we were at the New Year's party, with one of the guys who owns the house, because there's a pair of brothers.
Right.
He loves Overlord. He loves Overlord, and so we started calling him Eins, and it's. You see that, it's like, oh, he's Eins, he's the ruler and all of that, and I'm going to get off the Isekai Quartet in a moment, but you didn't really see that with, like, Slime and all of that, because it was like Rimuru was trying to be utopian, and, yeah, the one character that kind of could have whooped him, Milim, just didn't, and it was kind of like, so, but like you said, with Shield Hero, he actually had conflict. He actually had a giant risk, and everyone scoffed at him too. Even now, when you think about it, in terms of all the fantasy weapons that you can get, the shield.
Yeah.
But then that's why they also made the memes too, with like Captain America and Moshu and all.
Yeah.
So they were like, "Who fights with the shield?" And here we go.
Yeah, I guess you can add Galahad to that since he was in the.
Yeah, now you like Galahad. No, now you like Galahad, don't you?
No, I just said you could add him to those memes.
Yeah, but is he a 4-star or a 5-star?
3.
3. Jeez, man, are you anti Lancelot too? That's the only reason why I would do it.
I actually don't have a problem with Lancelot.
Lances a lot of women.
Yeah, that was funny. Anyway. Back to Shield Hero. Yeah, like he does. He has a lot of conflict to deal with, and that was more interesting than watching Rimuru. And then seeing him, basically train Raphtalia because she had to be his sword, literally, because she had to do all the fighting in order for him to get experience and level up, which is interesting.
What was it that Astolfo said? Boku wa kimi no ken, I think. Boku wa kimi no ken. Like, I will be your sword.
Is that what that means?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, she said that a lot, too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's what the meaning was, yeah.
Yeah, it was... And that got so much more emotion out of me
right.
than Slime.
Right.
Because, I mean, I hated a lot of these characters. Like, Spear Hero... Jesus, that dude's an idiot. Just blindly listening to somebody.
And then as soon as you say that, someone always chimes in, like, well, he's got his spin-off, though, and his spin-off, he's not that bad. I was like, we're not talking about the spin-off.
From what I understand, his spin-off is him trying to get with Philo, right? And that's what I understand.
Why haven't you guys locked this guy up? Wow.
With his angel obsession. She looks like an angel character, and I love angel characters. And it's like, yeah, get out of here, idiot. Just horrible. And then...
Call him a chicken effer.
Yeah, it would work.
The worst. Oh, man. Okay, yes. But, yeah. Oh, man. Spear Hero.
And then when it seems like the sword and the bow hero are going to redeem themselves, they still end up being jerks.
Yeah.
Like, sword hero looked like the only one who was really kind of on his side for a while, and even then it was like, when they cleared his name, they were still like, I still don't trust you. We still don't really want to work with you. And it's like, why not? You guys are just ruining everything on your own.
Yeah. Why
not just work with me and I'll help you fix it all?
Yeah. I was just like, you know who didn't betray him? You know who's also on the side? The Queen.
Yeah, the Queen.
Keep telling you guys, MILF power.
Mm-hmm. Best girl.
Yeah, absolutely. Only because Raphtalia is too easy.
Yeah.
So, Queen is best girl. And Meltiel's illegal. So.
Yeah. I gotta see the second season, though, because the new girl looks like she could work her way in there for me.
Which one? The one that...
The one they pulled out of the river.
Oh, okay.
That tried to kill herself.
Okay.
Because Bow Hero threw her out of his group. Because the rest of his group said she broke one of his favorite accessories.
Wasn't she like one of the reasons why they won the last battle?
Yeah,
Wow.
she helped Naofumi out a lot during that last battle. That's why he said, "Just come with me. I'll help you out.
All right.
You'll be on my team."
The harem grows.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So yeah, we'll see what she's like in the second season. But so far, I like her.
Yeah. And that's the other thing too. It's like now it's what I'm most curious about is where do we go from here? Because it's like now that we've removed that shadow of like, oh, no one trusts him, no one likes him. Now it's like, okay, now word's out that he's not the bad guy, or he didn't do anything wrong. Okay, now what? So now it's kind of like him unshackled, unchained. So we're gonna see what Naofumi does next. Naofumi, Raftalia, Philo, all of them.
The next 2 seasons, because they announced the third one as well when they announced the second.
Just crank them all out. Oh, there you go. You can always go for the Philo Queen.
Yeah, she's definitely of age.
Voiced by Sakura Tange.
Who's that?
Nero.
Oh, Nero?
Yeah.
Okay. She was better in this.
Wow.
I've heard Nero's voice. I'm always like, why do you talk like this?
She's adorable. She's adorable. Also, card captor Sakura.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
I've never seen that, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. But anywho, yeah. So yeah, it was like, in a year full of isekai, Shield Hero actually came out. And like I said, I've had these conversations with Roman and on these podcasts before. It was kind of like Slime always felt like it was lacking, like it was missing an oomph or something. Maybe it was the lack of conflict, or there was no real stakes on the line. And then Shield Hero comes out, it's like, okay, here we go. Same thing too. It also, I gotta point out the controversy too, because that's how we started this year, was because it followed Goblin Slayer.
Yeah.
And everyone was just like, oh, look how brutal Goblin Slayer is, just because of the first episode and what happens to Kung Fu Girl in the first episode.
Yeah.
And then you're there, and then you get to the accusations in Shield Hero, and then they immediately want to tie the two together, and it's like, wait, one is showing you how brutal and crazy a fantasy world is, which explains the motivations of the main character and why his name is actually called Goblin Slayer. And the other one is this guy gets accused of something hideous that he didn't even do, yet even through all of that, he still becomes the hero.
Right.
He still does the right thing, even though he has no obligation to. And you guys are labeling him a criminal, he still goes and saves the day. That's not the same thing.
No.
But again, these people, and I love saying this, I love this year in review thing. That I've been, these SJW types and these politically correct types, at least in terms of the anime world and video games, which is something that I've personally been striving to counter. It's like, you just don't get it. They're not the same thing, but they want to tie it into the same thing. And then when you illustrate this, then they want to make dumb accusation, and it's like, come on. And on top of that too, what happens in Goblin Slayer, and I've read pretty much to where the anime ended in Goblin Slayer. That's where I stopped reading in the manga. I went a little bit further, I think, a chapter or two further. But that was it. It was like they only had that one scene in the beginning. And again, I said this too. They were like, oh no, it gets worse in the light novel. And I'm like, does it? I'll bet you it's just the same thing. It's just in more graphic detail because you're writing it out versus showing manga pictures. But I'll bet you it's literally the same thing. And the point is that, do they ever show that again? No. Do they reference it? Yes. Because that's how goblins breed. That's the whole point. They don't breed with themselves.
And from what I understand, it's not Goblin Slayer isn't the only series that does that.
No, it's like
it's like a staple for goblins.
Yeah, and then on top of that, it's also ripping off a series like Berserk. Obviously, Berserk is the huge one that gets referenced, especially like Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga got popular because they said it's all about Berserk. And what about Berserk? Stuff happens in Berserk left and right. It opened with a case of assault on the main character.
Yeah.
So it's like this is nothing new, But, and on top of that, too, Goblin Slayer, believe it or not, I'm not surprised it stole from Berserk, because Goblin Slayer, there's a bunch of little things from all sorts of parodies. Conan the Barbarian. Right. So it parodied a bunch of different things. So I'm not surprised it parodied Berserk at all. But in terms of its brutality, it's like, no, it's nothing special. It's nothing unique at all. And on top of that, again, if you need to understand that that's the motivation for the main character. So, yeah, again, but they don't see it like that. They don't get it. They just like, and it's like, all right. So, same thing with the Shield Hero. It's like, and on top of that, even beyond all that, moving away from Naofumi and his own conflict with his false accusations against him, the fact that he's still supported by Raphtalia through all of this, that's another motivation too. That she could have been like, well, they are making those accusations and they're pretty loud about it, but even without any evidence, I'm going to have to believe them. She says, no, screw all of that. I'm going to stand up for my man.
Yep.
There you go. And no one ever gives her props for that. Nope. So that's what it's all about. It's the character and it's the story and it's the motivation for what drives him to be the hero, to be the good guy. And on top of that too, and it's all like when bitch actually finally gets called out and we find out the truth, nothing happens to her. She doesn't get sent to jail or anything, and then they actually ended it with her trying to poison Naofumi for I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why. That was
still trying to get him.
Yeah, it was like, okay, just stop. But yeah.
Still had that slave pact with her, though.
Yeah.
Was it the queen?
Yeah.
No, it was with Spear Hero.
Spear, yeah.
Because he didn't believe it. So, like, well, why don't you do it then? Got the little thing on him, and then, yeah, okay. Now you believe us, don't you? That she lied about the entire thing?
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, it was so dumb that it's two things that aren't even a big deal. And they tried to tie them together because of this whole virtue signaling SJW era that we're existing in. And, I'm looking back to what we were talking about for animes in 2020. Hopefully, I'm looking at this and I don't think we should be seeing much SJW involvement. But, we'll see, man.
The one on there that is not, one that I think that's not on that list is that one with the guys that are going around the red light district to visit all the monster girls. Oh,
yeah, they kind of talked about that one.
They did a little bit.
They did. They got butthurt because all the monster girls looked hot. They were getting jealous.
Yeah,
but okay, but yeah, I felt like that was necessary because that was the whole in the beginning of the year because I didn't even start watching Shield Hero until I think like the 3rd or 4th episode was out. And I had heard people, they were talking about false accusations and all that. And I was like, whoa, what? All right, let me see. Because I was like, you all blew up Goblin Slayer out of proportion. Way out of proportion. So I was like, now I need to go see, Shield Hero is actually pretty dope. And then here we are. Now I'm a staunch defender of the Shield Hero.
Yep.
So free my boy Naofumi. Did nothing wrong.
Definitely didn't.
And you know what? I'm going to go off what Roman said too. How are y'all going to crack down the law on Naofumi, who was innocent, proven innocent, but Spear Hero and his lowly con ways still roaming the streets? Y'all have seen him attempted assault on Raphtalia and Philo, and y'all ain't brought him in once. Not even for questioning. How messed up is that?
Very.
He should have already been on a registered offenders list.
Be on that little map you see on the computer.
Right?
Little red dot.
Should be going around to the whole kingdom or his neighbors, just be like, knock, knock, knock. This man's going to be living in your neighborhood and he is an offender. He's a registered offender. We're required by law to let you know.
Yes.
P.S. If you have any chickens, lock them up at night and keep them in the coop. He's a chicken effer.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, like I said, I had to acknowledge that because that was a big reason why. And what's funny is that now that no one even talks about it because they got these SJW types. They tried to do it and they got shut down so hard that now it's not even an issue. That again they've just moved on. Because that's the other thing too. They have these short attention spans. Once they try to start the fire, if the fire gets stomped out or put out, they just move on. They just ignore it or forget it and move on to the next one.
Yeah, what's the next?
Probably Yeah, like I said, I was looking and I was like, I don't see a whole lot. I mean, Dragon Maid, a couple of them got butthurt at Luco, but that didn't get too far. Most of them were not like really like, oh, you know, writing articles about like, it was more like, Lucoa looks dumb. Her design looks dumb. That's impractical, and that's about as far as it went.
Oh, actually, I think I did hear a little bit about Monster Girl Doctor.
Yeah, Monster Girl's Doctor, yeah.
That did get a little bit of a very small backlash.
Yeah. But again, that one didn't catch on. Most people were like, sign me up. Mm-hmm. So that didn't gain a whole lot of traction.
Nope.
Yeah,
They should just stop attacking the anime, because, I mean, the fans are just going to be like, don't watch it then. Get out of here.
You know, and on top of that too, if they were doing any sort of an impact, it would hurt these people financially. And until that happens, they're not going to stop. They have no reason to.
Right.
If the anime sells, if they're selling Blu-rays and figurines and art books and video games, why would they stop? They're in this to make money.
Right.
That's why animators get paid like $8 an hour. So, you know?
Some of them lucky if they get paid.
Yeah.
So the studio you work for.
Man. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Okay.
Shield Hero. Great show.
Go watch it. And check out season 2 whenever that airs.
And 3.
And 3. What's your next one?
My next one. My next one I think is the only one. We both were watching it, but I think I'm the one that really just took off with it. I'm talking about Oresuki.
Oh, Oresuki.
Oresuki, and
I gotta finish watching it.
Yeah, I have to watch the finale.
Which I'm doing for this season. I'm gonna finish it.
Yeah, and that's what I almost forgot about it until today, because I was like, I wasn't really trying to talk about shows that were airing recently, but Oresuki has just changed my life. Oresuki came out of nowhere, and again, I'm one of those guys that always gives it to the strength and the talent of the voice actors. Putting Deku from Boku Hero along with Haruka Tamatsu, I think is a fantastic job. Because when you watch Boku Hero and you see Deku and you're like, oh, he's so innocent and wholesome, and look at him, he's trying his best. And it's like, yeah, but he's a goody two-shoes.
And then in this, he's calling girls bitches, and
he is an absolute scumbag. But then it's like, when you finally get like to the bottom where you're just about, yep, he's complete, then you feel bad for him, because you're like, well, he's kind of a scumbag with a heart, though.
Because he wants them all to be like, he wants to help them out.
Yeah, he genuinely wants them to be happy, and that's why he said too. It's all like, look, I'm going to help you get hooked up, but whoever's left over is the one I'm going to chase after. Which is not that wrong, because it's fair. You know, one of them gets to be happy, and one of them they hook up, which is cool, and then the other one's going to be single by default. So,
yeah,
hey, fair game. So, it's not that he's wrong. But, yeah, but then they legitimately traumatize him with park benches.
Oh god, the bench.
The bench is... why isn't the bench like the number one antagonist of the season?
It should be.
No,
the year.
Yeah, bench should be like in there, like top 10 bad guys of 2019. So the bench was doing everybody dirty, man. The bench was burying everybody, dude. But yeah, aside from that, and it's like, you want to start it off too by saying, well, it's just another harem show. You know, you got the tsundere, and then you got the energetic girl, but then it's like, no. Because with Ponzi is another one of the girls that wholeheartedly believes in the main character, but she's also kind of creepy. But it's not that she's intentionally creepy, but she's also the hot chick. So she's the hot chick who's a nerd, but she's also stalkerish, and she's also creepy. But she's also good.
Stalker-ish?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Okay.
Just a little bit. Not too much, though. Just like the right amount of stalker.
To know exactly what he's doing at every moment.
That's right. And you know what? And she still gets to school on time.
Well, I mean, he gets to school on time, so...
But that's because he's motivated, because he's chasing after all the girls. And then even when he's not even trying, when he's not even like attempting to, he's still like impressing all the females. So Joro-kun is yeah. I like Joro-kun. He's actually the first harem guy I've remembered his name right off the top of my head.
Yeah, I was gonna say I actually remembered this guy's name.
And then all the girls all have their moments too. You know, Cosmos talks like a samurai, like a kabuki theater actor.
I've already mentioned it. She's my favorite.
Cosmos?
Yeah.
Ponzi. Hands down, Ponzi.
Ponzi's great too, but
Ponzi is...
I really like Cosmos.
Yeah. Nobody likes Himawari. Bitch. So, it's great. It's great. And, you know, the one thing, though, is that it attempts to have, like, kind of feels moments, but it almost doesn't stick around too long with its feels, because it feels like it's like the series acknowledges that trying to be serious isn't its strong point, so it kind of goes back into comedy. It doesn't really stay too long with trying to give you dramatic emotional impact. So it's that works. I actually think that in this context it works, because it's a little ridiculous in, you know, like I said, just in the nature, like, for instance, there's a park bench whenever something dumb happens. And then, you know, Ponzi actually bought the park bench from Amazon.
And brought it into the library. That was the best part.
Yeah.
I keep bringing that up. I was like, I love how she bought a bench. Just to confess to him.
So, and again, when also just kind of like, how did she know about that? Did she stalk him to the point where she knew the significance of the bench? Or was that like a trope that exists in their world, where the confessions always happen on the bench and she's just trying to stay in line with the trope? Yeah. But anywho, yeah, it's like that, you know, and then the pool episode, where it's all like, okay, which of the girls did you like the best? The Sun-chan.
Yeah.
Sun-chan and my bromance. Oh, we ride off into the sunset on my rubber duck.
Yeah. Cosmos blew it in that one.
Yeah, so, yeah.
She had her chance, but she was too busy planning their marriage and did everything else. Thanks to those kids.
Yeah. So, and then of course, you got the other ones too. You got Newspaper Chan, you got Restaurant Chan, and then you got, I don't know, Trendy Girl Chan, I guess. And then you have Supermodel Chan, Slipper Sniffer.
Who?
The one that wants to be a supermodel, the one that wants to be an actress.
I might not have seen her yet.
Okay.
The last episode I watched, he had lost the book. That
okay.
lent him.
Then yeah, you just got to Restaurant Chan.
Rem and Ram helped him out.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, I think I have to watch like the finale or the 2 episodes. I think I'm on the finale though.
I got 4. I know that for sure.
Okay.
So I can do that in a day. I can just say I'm going to watch all 4 episodes right now.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you get to learn too why who Ponzi is referring to when she says why she can't transform and all that. There's storyline to why that is.
Okay.
And like I said too, it's almost like after Ponzi established herself as being quote unquote perfect, then the pool episode happens where Cosmos kind of irritates her and gets under her, and then it was all like then Ponzi kind of gets irritated, and I was like, okay. That shows that Ponzi can express and feel emotions, so I'm okay with this. Normally, she was just getting mad at Joro because Joro was being himself, and she's just all like, you know, you're getting into your own head, and that's what's really making it hard and ruining everything, so, you know, yeah. But for this one, it was somebody on the outside actually was bothering her, irritating her, so I actually appreciated that. Like I said, it gave her a little bit more
character development.
Yeah, grounded her more in reality down. So, yeah, I appreciated that. But, yeah, other than that, unlike the other harems like quintuplets or what it was, We Never Learn, this one just feels a little bit more absurd.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, you know, there were moments in quintuplets when they tried to really drive home the drama, and then, like I said, when We Never Learned, like the Furuhashi episodes, where it's like, oh, super dramatic, and Onosuke doesn't really dwell on that. And even if it's like 5 minutes out of a 25-minute episode, it's like the other 20 minutes are all ridiculous.
Yeah.
But 5 minutes is more like drama, and then yeah.
I do want to say this would have made my list, but I didn't add anything that I didn't finish.
Oh,
That's why like We Never Learn or
Fair.
even like Fate Grand Order isn't on my list because I didn't finish. It's not over yet.
right.
So anything that I haven't finished, I didn't add to the list.
That makes sense. So you're saying that you would have put Fate Grand Order on your list?
If it had finished, it would have been on my list.
It's pretty impressive. Yeah. Remember that Haruka Tomatsu, who voices Ponzi, also voices Momoraika. Just letting you know.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah. I think that's all I got to say about Onosuke. I think that this is like my... I think there's a trend, I think, going on. It's like harem, isekai, waiver. Harem, isekai.
Well, I guess we're going to continue that trend
Alright. I'm done.
because the next one on my list is Isekai Quartet,
Oh boy.
which we kind of talked about during Shield Hero
Yeah. Because they're coming.
because they're coming into the series next week. And as I was saying during Shield Hero, I wonder if they're going to have the other characters like Sword or Spear in the other class.
So, yeah, we were talking about that during our New Year's party. And I was like, oh man, that's going to be so great when like Spear Hero shows up. And then Tanya just boots him right in the ass.
Because she's a lolly.
Yes.
He's going to be after her.
Yes. And I was like, I cannot wait. I absolutely cannot wait.
Oh my god.
Because remember, at the end of Isekai Quartet Season 1, it was like everybody was in there. Yun Yun was in there. All the like other little minions and characters from Overlord were in there. All the like the commanders from Tanya were in there. Yeah.
Yeah. They had all the other side characters in that other class.
Right. Well, not a whole lot.
Oh, except for Union. She was in her own class.
Woof.
Because she's perfect. No. No.
I made you liked my cheap meme of, is that a Rush Girl all by herself in the underworld?
That was a good meme.
My cheap meme.
She practically is Union. She has no friends.
I keep saying that. I literally said that. I literally said Ereshkigal Girl is the Yun Yun of the underworld, has no friends, and lives in a cave.
Before it was oh god, Eris. That's what everybody would compare her to.
No. Not even close. Ereshkigal is Yun Yun.
Well, I mean, even you were going like Ereshkigal pads her chest and stuff. So now it's the Union.
Yeah, now
that you actually see her and you know everything, like
yeah,
she's got no friends. She's Union.
Yeah, definitely Union. I mean, if you want to still go in the goddess context, sure, you can still call her Eris. Ereshkigal pads her chest.
Yeah,
because the battle of two goddesses makes more sense in terms of Aqua versus Eris.
Yeah,
so that's why it's Ishtar versus Ereshkigal.
Mm-hmm.
But it also, like I said, I really like that Ereshkigal has no friends. So, and then on top of that too, you also see how Yun Yun gets tricked. So Ereshkigal gets tricked all the time.
Yeah.
Thank you, Christmas event.
Jesus, Ereshkigal.
Oh man.
Anyway, yeah, Isekai Quartet. I was looking forward to this when I first heard it was announced because I was like, Konosuba, ReZero, Tanya. Like those are the three I'd seen. And Tanya, I didn't see Overlord. I don't think you've seen Overlord either. So I was like, I guess I'll learn a little bit about Overlord as I'm watching this.
I have seen now Overlord Abridged episode 1. Yeah.
Just as good.
You know, I don't know how I feel about everything getting an abridged nowadays. It's kind of like...
I kind of feel like I don't know. Overlord is that supposed to be more serious?
No.
Is that supposed to be comedy?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like a comedy shouldn't get an abridged. Because it's already comedy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's I don't know how to describe it. It's like they tried to take the jokes that already exist and expand on it. And it was kind of like, well, Overlord was good because the jokes and the gags were already kind of perfect as they were, so there was really no need. But
I kind of feel like you were trying to expand on it. That's just like a comedian who has to explain his joke.
yeah, basically, that's actually a really good way of putting it. And that's, yeah. So it's like we can't come up with any original content of our own, so let's just rehash this existing.
We'll just redub it.
Yeah, literally what it is, too. It's really what it is. But I mean, watching the original scenes, though, I can see why it's like it's funny and it's popular, and you know, it's all like, oh, he's doing this and he's just exerting his influence, all that, and Albedo, ha ha ha.
Plus, I think it's done by Madhouse, isn't it?
Yes.
And I mean, they're a great studio, so
Yeah.
you know the animation is great.
Yeah. Yeah. And then what's also funny too is that Yumi Hara, who does Albedo, is also doing Anastasia in FGO, and so I actually said that to the guy too, and I was like, because he's like, he always plays FGO for like a week, and then he turns it off because he gets so mad at Gacha. So I told him, I was like, you know, you like Albedo, right? So in the next storyline chapter, Yumi Hara is going to be in it. So now he's reconsidering.
It's like, oh, I guess I'll come back around then. That's what, April?
Yes. I had to think for a minute. It's like, Overlord? No. Yes. Lost Belt. Lost Belt. Yes.
Yeah,
April.
Lost Belt.
April.
Okay.
So you got some time. But, yeah. And then the other one, too, what's her name? Charisse? Not Charisse.
Oh, God.
Apparently she's voiced by Hori Yui.
I know who you're talking about. The vampire.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I'm pulling it up.
she's also voiced. Hori Yui,
Shaltir.
actually. Shaltir, yeah, there you go.
I didn't have to look it up.
Yeah,
Yay.
there you go. Shaltir, I believe, is voiced by Hori Yui. And Hori Yui is Oryu in with Ryoma Sakamoto. So she actually joins FGO in Guda Guda 3. But I believe in Overlord, she voices Shaltir. So, yeah. So it seems like it's got a pretty solid cast. And like I said, I can understand why it's appealing. Like I said, I've seen 75% of the shows now. 80% of the shows referenced in Isekai Quartet. I really feel like I don't need to watch Overlord. That's not even a knock on it. I'm sure that if I did watch it, I'd be like, oh, this is pretty damn good. Oh, I get it now. You know. And, you know, yeah, Albedo's design, it's great. It's cool. All right. Yeah. Yeah, it's like... but, Isekai Quartet.
Let's get back to Isekai Quartet.
So, the same guy, though, that is all about Albedo and Overlord and Ainz and all that, he actually has not seen Isekai Quartet. And I told him, I was like, bruh, I know you love Ainz and all that, but he got fucking punked, excuse my language, punked by Aqua.
He did.
And I was all like, he shows up and he's just like, turn undead. That's like a weak... Ah!
That's a low-level spell. And he nearly died from a low-level spell.
Yeah. So, yeah, and he laughed. And I was all like,
I was waiting for that scene, too.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as I saw Aqua and him, I was like, oh, she's going to try to turn undead him, isn't she?
Fantastic.
Took 2 episodes, but she did it.
Absolutely fantastic. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, it was it's really good. And that's the other thing, too, is I also said I want to see Tanya and her interaction with Naofumi and Raphtalia, too, so.
Yeah. Kind of feel like her and Naofumi would get along a little bit.
Probably.
Yeah. Because he's kind of got a I don't really care attitude. Like, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, no, I understand where you're coming from. Yeah. Yeah, it should be fun. It should be pretty fun.
Talia would hang out with.
Rem.
Rem?
The rejected squad.
Rem's already hanging out with Albedo, so I guess the 3 of them would be a group?
Yes, the rejected trio.
Oh, that does make sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing, too. What?
I was going to say, because now Fumi kind of just sees her as his daughter.
Right.
And she's like, "No,
Yeah.
I'm not your daughter."
Yeah. The unofficial rejected squad. How
Daughter's
unfortunate. Daughter's owned. Oh, that's a new one.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. I interrupted you.
Yeah, no, I don't even remember what I was going to say now. Yeah, I was like, the Queen's going to show up too, right? Like, at the end of the whole series, then the Queen shows up.
Takes over the school
Yeah, there you go.
from Tanya's people.
Yeah, from the generals and all. And from, was it, Roswald?
Roswell, yeah, he's the
Roswald.
teacher.
Yeah, Roswald. Koyas Takito talks like this.
Yeah.
Koyas Takito, he's a damn good voice actor. Legendary voice actor. Yeah, like he's once again President's dad in Kaguya-sama.
Oh yeah, you did say that, didn't you?
Yeah. And I really like him in Kaguya because he works really hard to put his son in that school, and his dad is like, what was he like? Works at the factory at the dock or something, just some day laborer.
Yeah.
Yeah. His dad is just generic, but it's voiced by Koyas Takahito, so it's great. Yeah.
But yeah, Isekai Quartet, like I said, was waiting for that ever since I heard it was announced.
Yeah, it always had the makings to be a great show, and then it came out, and it was just kind of like, and it's like 10 minutes long, so to make such an impact with 10 minutes, when you had shows that were going like 3 times that length, and we're like,
Yeah.
but then this one in 10 minutes, and with so much star power, too, in terms of the voice actors and the characters and the influence that they had. I mean, once again, the screenwriter for Pulp Fiction said the Konosuba movie was like cinematic genius. I was like, we had trap jokes in the Konosuba movie. And this guy who wrote Pulp Fiction, which I believe won an Oscar back in the day in 95, I think, in 96. And he's saying that Konosuba is like cinematic gold, like cinematic genius. And I'm like, okay.
That's the reason we go to see the movies.
Yeah, I just thought it was more Konosuba. And I'm like, well, this isn't a bad thing by any stretch of the imagination. And so, well, yeah, when you put those together and
won Best Original Screenplay.
there you go.
So, yeah.
There you go.
Academy Award there. Best Original Screenplay. Roger Avery, the guy that said that.
Yeah, there you go. No, so he's the one who actually won the award too, and he's the one who's saying.
Yeah.
So he's the one who's saying that about Konosuba, showering him with props. Yeah, that alone right there would have just. But then you put him in with like ReZero, and then obviously Overlord, and then Tanya, which was also one of my favorite movies. I think it was like those 3 movies last year just really, really nailed it. Tanya, when she's just blowing up all the communist symbols while singing the national anthem. Oh, I died. Everybody in the theater was laughing. And then at the post-movie interview, when they were like, oh yeah, we couldn't even keep a straight face in the recording studio, and Aoi Yuki is just having so much... I was like, after seeing Aoi Yuki at Anime New York, I'm starting to believe she's a little S-Lord. I'm really starting to think she's a little troublemaker. And on top of that, there's a video when she was like a lowly, so she was like 10 or 12. Apparently, she also did her debut in like some of the tokusatsu shows back in the day.
Okay.
So she was in one of these comedy shows that my neighbor showed me, where they basically they can't laugh or else they have to do, it's like a Batsu game, a punishment game. If they laugh, then they have to do a punishment. So they go and they're sitting in a room, and then she comes out like she's the Yakuza queen, and they're carrying her in, and then she sits down and she's just like, "Oi, Kora, go and get me a drink. What are you doing? Who are you looking at, you bastard?" It's like, wow. And this dude is just looking like this little girl, and that little girl was Aoi Yuki. So the point is that I think Aoi Yuki is a troublemaker. Aoi Yuki is like, she's one of those, she's a troll.
You can't voice shooting and not be a troublemaker.
You saw that picture I put in Discord. I love that picture. I'm about to make that my phone wallpaper. I love that picture so much. With Raiko's carrying Shuten by the collar, and Shuten's just like, she has the Raiko's wine, and she's just all like, nah. I love that. I just love that picture so much. So, like I said, that's That's two of your badass voice actresses, right? This is like, if I were to make a Triforce right now, it would be like Kayano Ai, Haruka Tomatsu, and Aoi Yuki. That right there is like the Triforce of voice actresses, I think. At least definitely in 2019. But if not, probably in the last like almost 5 years, I'd say. But man, yeah, I think Aoi Yuki is just she's a troll. You know, when she was at Anime NYC and she's all, you know, teasing Albert on the stage at the panel, and then she signs Shuten's poster, or at least the pillar that they put the poster on, signs it on her thigh. She has the entire poster to sign on, deliberately right there on the thigh. Aoi Yuki she's a little troublemaker. I'm starting to really believe it, you know. Yeah. And so when they said in the recording studio, when they did that scene and Aoi Yuki is singing and she's laughing and they're having a good time, I'm like, I believe it. So, yeah, it's the power that's Isekai Quartet, and it's like, it deserves to get 4 seasons, man. Let's be honest. It's like, yeah, just go ahead and put Sword Art in there. Bring Haruka Tomatsu in there. Let's actually have the whole Triforce going on.
If they brought Sword Art in there, would they be their video game personas or would they be their normal people?
Oh, it'd be the Sword Art Online version. It would be, yeah. It would be that. I don't know which arc you would use, but I would it would obviously be Kirito and Asuna, and then probably, like, you know, you could put other characters like Lifa, and then even it would be nice if Len came in, because I love Len so much from Alternative. But yeah. So you could put them in there, like you said. Put Momoko in there. That'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Momoko, no Medi Dragon though.
Yeah, no Medi Dragon. Medi's fine.
Medi is fine. Medi. Oh man, the snide comments that Medi would say to Tanya.
Oh god, to everybody.
Say who would she get it past? It dawned on me too that the voice actress for Medi, Len, yeah, that's actually her name, or Lin. Sorry, Lin and Mao, who Mao is like sister Iris in Fire Force, and then obviously Midori in Uzumade,
right?
Your favorite, and then Shion, that's Mao in Slime,
right?
Her and Lin were both in Keijo as the 2 main characters.
Okay.
So then that was kind of Lin debuted in Fire Emblem Fates, because she was Azura or Aqua, if you're a Japanese player, and then Mao's kind of been doing stuff for a minute, but Keijo was kind of like they came out together, and now they're just kind of like all the same roles. What did we say? Lin was also the main character. She played not Shion, in Are You Lost, the main character.
Oh god, I don't remember any of their names.
Yeah, I just remember Shion. She's the rich girl.
The one that kept messing everything up.
Yeah, that's Shion. She tried her best, okay?
She did. She tried, but you know.
Yeah. But anyways,
ended up getting lost in the middle of the ocean.
Why isn't that on our list? Anyways, sucking water out of the butthole. Anyways, yeah. So, yeah, just put them all in Isekai Quartet. I like how people were all like, Fushigi Yuki, Escaflowne. It's like, what are you talking about?
They get a mech in there.
Yeah, they're like, just go all out. Just put them all in there. It's like, oh my goodness. But yeah, put Sword Art in there. I'm down.
Yeah, why not? Get them all. For me, I don't know. Darkness was the best part of that show.
Yeah, Darkness really went all out.
When she was any scene she was in.
Yeah,
she basically stole it.
Yeah, Darkness really. I liked the Albedo Rem friendship. She's like, oh, you understand me. You totally get where I'm coming from. It's like, oh no, oh this is not going to end well. Oh my goodness. I see that you love crushing your love interest to death as well. I do too. We should be friends.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
The guys from Tanya's universe were pretty funny too at times.
Yeah.
Especially when they were on the beach and they were watching Darkness. That's amazing. And And the one's like, yeah, she's doing those push-ups really fast. No, that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah, have you seen the Tiny movie yet?
I haven't. I gotta watch it.
Man. I think it's still on Crunchyroll, right?
It should be.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think
I did watch. I watched the series, so I gotta watch the movie.
That's another one, just like Konosuba. It picks up after the end of the series. Well, because they said that the movie is going to be the segue into season 2.
Oh yeah.
Or it was the it was going to be the segue because season 2 is going to pick up after the events of the movie. So, because the main villain was actually called Mary Sue, and they were like, yeah, that was intentional. She is actually a Mary Sue. She just has unexplained powers.
Okay.
All right. So at least they're honest. But oh shit, is Mary Sue going to be in Isekai Quartet?
Should be in the other class.
Oh man! Oh man! Ooh. So, let's just say, in a perfect world, or maybe at some point, I want to make a GIF from Tanya the movie that I think Roman would appreciate. I don't appreciate, but yeah.
Okay.
Let me just say that Tanya doesn't deserve it. But that one time, Tanya deserved it. And that's what I want to do. And so it's like that's all I can really say about that. Because I don't want to spoil the surprise, but I think Roman will appreciate it.
Okay.
But yeah. And then you get ReZero. And oh man, especially after Isekai Quartet, how can you be an Emilia fan? She's so oblivious.
She's great.
Oh yeah, go figure. Hey, Rem is Inori Minase. See, yeah, they're all in there. It's such a power of just like voice actors. But yeah, Emilia just doesn't have a clue. My goodness.
She doesn't know anything about that world. What do you expect her to know?
My goodness.
Subaru was great though. He was good in the show.
No, he's a jackass that has everything. Screw that guy. You're surrounded in a giant castle with a bunch of beautiful women that do your bidding. You can go to hell. That's what you can do.
Harem having bastard.
I forgot if it was actually in the show. If this was someone's like YouTube edit where they suddenly played that sound effect from ReZero. That I forgot if that was from the actual show or something.
That was from the show.
That was from the show after Cosmo yelled at him.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That might have been edited in somewhere.
Okay.
I know that they did that whenever he would test out his ability.
Right.
When he was like, do I still have... And he'd like try to talk about it and then...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when they did it.
Yeah.
When he was talking to Cosmo, no.
Okay.
Somebody might have edited that in.
Okay, because I swear I remember seeing that. So when Cosmo was just like, your life is so sweet. Your life is great. And it's like, yeah. So, yeah, it's like... But that was pretty much more like... That was kind of like... expected almost, because remember they did have that. They did actually have a like Blu-ray extra, or if it was a special event, I think maybe it wasn't on a Blu-ray, where they actually did the ReZero Konosuba crossover, and they had the two voice actors for Cosmo and Subaru. They had them, and they actually were talking, and they were kind of like talking about their characters to the other, and they were both kind of like depressed, like, yeah. And then they had like another like thing was just like Takahashi Rie. Just I don't know what her interview was, but I think she was just talking about both of the characters and both of the series and all of that. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
I'll have to look for that.
Yeah, it's floating out there for sure. And those are the two segments I remember. There may have been other events or things going on, but I remember the Takahashi Rie segment. And then I remember the voice actors for Kazuma and Subaru having like a heart-to-heart with each other.
I know in the OVA they did a scene with the Shogun.
Okay.
From Konosuba for the ReZero OVA. They put in a scene for that.
Okay.
Because it was getting really cold for no reason, and Subaru was like, "Is it like a Shogun, like a winter Shogun or something?" And they showed Konosuba. Kazuma and all them.
Wow.
Megumin on the ground.
Wow. Wow. That's good. I'm glad that they have that partnership. I don't know if they're both Kodansha or whatever, but I'm glad that they have that little partnership going on.
Yeah, I don't know. I know ReZero is.
Because they both were kind of like the counters to each other. It's all like ReZero is supposed to be the really, really messed up, jacked up isekai, and Konosuba is supposed to be the really, really, really dumb, funny isekai. Yeah. So, yeah, it's like pick your poison. Do you want like Dark Souls, or do you want like I don't know what's equivalent of that, like a Mel Brooks version of isekais.
Yeah.
So yeah, Isekai Quartet's gonna be great. I mean, yeah, you could just pick something. You could just pick something and then you could just rant about it for like 20 minutes. But yeah,
Definitely.
I'm getting what I want to see, and this will be my final thought in closing. Mm-hmm. I want more Tanya. Period. That's it. Like I said, I think Aoi Yuki is a little S-Lord, and I want to see her interact with all the characters some more. So I'm just remembering when they were part of the disciplinary committee, and she was all like to was it Kazuma? Bow or kneel. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, and then Hayami Saori is in there too, because she played Visha.
Oh.
So yeah. Lieutenant Serbyakov. I don't know, Russian name. But yeah, that's Hayami Saori as well. So it's like it's like all in there. They're all, wow. It's like all the great voice actors are all in there. They're all just working. So yeah. Yeah. That's all I got, man.
Awesome. Cool. Isekai Quartet is great. Looking forward to season 2. That's my closing.
Yeah. All right. We're all on the same page.
They're still playing 2. All right. Your turn next.
The only one I got left is Demon Slayer.
Oh. Okay, well that's my number 1.
Okay, well then we'll come back to that. We'll double back.
Oh god. Okay, well I know we could talk about a few of these, except for my number 5.
Okay, go for it.
Which is Hinamaru Sumo.
All right.
My sumo show that I still want a second season to, because I'm pretty sure they go beyond where this ended.
Okay.
And I have not heard an announcement for it all, and I'm disappointed. Because I really want this show to get a second season. It can't just end after the whole tournament at the high school. I only watched like 3 sports shows this year. 2 of them I didn't even finish. This one I really got into. So, yeah, I was like, the theme song is really good. I really like the characters. I've learned a lot about sumo watching this, and I don't know how accurate it is, because, I mean, it is a shonen series. So, I don't know what they put their own spin on or not.
So you consider this sports? Sumo?
Sumo wrestling.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a sport, I think. Why do you not?
I don't know. I guess, because yeah, MMA is a sport. Yeah, boxing is a sport. So I guess sumo is a sport.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know. I guess now that I think about it, I was like, oh, it's always, I don't know. I almost listed it as festival or festive, but no, it is a sport. Yeah, I guess it's also because it's pretty much all just primarily focused in Japan as a Japanese region. Right. You know, you don't really see American sumo, for instance, or anything, but. Right. Yeah, I guess so. And it does have a scoring system and a ranking system, so I guess, yeah, sumo is a sport. Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Sport it is.
Yeah. It did start off like a lot of sports anime, where the main character helps some girl on a train or a bus or something, and it turns out that he's wearing his uniform. In this case, it was a Mawashi belt, and that was all he was wearing. And the shirt.
Right.
So he got labeled as a pervert.
Of course.
And chased off. And then from there you just see them start the sumo club. Well, get it going again, because there was the president for that, and he was the only member practicing. And then putting that together, getting all the members, and then getting ready for the tournament, the big tournament. Which was very exciting for me. Because, again, I never really watched sumo wrestling at all.
Right.
So this is like my first exposure to like sumo wrestling, unless you want to count Yokozuna from WWF, when it was WWF.
Wasn't he like, in real life, like a relative of The Rock's?
I think so.
Yeah, he was like from the Rocks family, the Aoni family.
I think so, yeah. But I guess you want to count that, then he was my first exposure, but actual like learning about sumo, this was my first exposure.
When I've been to Japan a couple of times, they actually were in the middle of like sumo tournaments, and I kid you not, there was like a Russian dude that was in there.
Yeah.
I don't know his name, but in like two different instances, like I think when I was there in like April, and then when I went back later on, he was like there again, and apparently I think he won once as well.
Ah.
So, but yeah, he was like, it was definitely a foreigner. He wasn't Asian at all, but he was like in there, serious competition. So yeah.
I think there were a couple of foreigners in this show too, but I don't remember from where. One of the European countries.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up while you keep talking.
All right. Oh, so if anybody remembers when I watched this show, I really, really liked it, and I was constantly saying that everybody should watch it because I don't think it got as much recognition as it deserved. Because, I mean, it lasted two cores. It was 24 episodes. So, is that him?
Yeah, I think this is him, yeah. Georgian.
Oh, wow.
I think this is the dude. Georgian, so...
Sumo Wrestling wins
Yeah,
tour.
29 January, yeah.
Was that when you went?
Yeah. 2 years ago, yeah. Yeah, because this was right around the time of Evo Japan, which was like in January.
Okay.
Yeah, because I didn't travel last year, but the year before, yeah, I went right in January because that was Evo Japan, and this was like all over the news. So he's Georgian, which is kind of, it was one of the Russian states that, you know, broke off and all that. But yeah, Georgia. Yeah, this is him. That's the dude. Wow. Levon Gorgodze.
Sorry if we.
This is real. This is related. Yeah, this is related. Yeah, there he is. Look at this dude.
No, I was saying sorry if we butchered the name.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mr. Levin.
Yeah.
Previous European ruler. Yeah, so this is what it's like, huh? Yeah, this is him. Oh, that's his. What is this called? This is the mat, or what is this called? Do you know what this is? What's his name?
I don't think they ever brought that up.
Okay. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
There he is after. Nice.
So yeah, all right.
Cool.
Yeah, so they take it serious though. Sumo.
Oh, they do. Yeah. I think one of the other things I did like about the show was that there really wasn't a villain. Like, you had the rival.
Right.
Oh, the rival school as well, but they weren't like, I hate these people, I hope they really lose. Like, they had their own like backstories for each character, of course. You know, Shonen Jump, they're going to do that,
of course.
But you didn't like hate anybody really. They were just like competitive,
right.
And you just wanted to see how they were going to win against this school, since the school Hinamaru was in is technically one of the lowest schools as far as ranking goes.
Okay.
In the country. So mainly because there was only one member for the longest time. And now it's like, okay, now they're considered a big competitor. How are they going to beat these really big top schools and get Hinamaru to his goal of trying to be a Yokozuna? Because his thing is he's too short.
Right.
He can't be a Yokozuna. He can't compete professionally. But he can if he wins this high school tournament. Then he can go into a national tournament and get ranked and work his way up.
Right.
Which was the whole point of the show, was trying to get him the win at the high school tournament so that he can get work on his dream of becoming a Yokozuna.
Right.
And it was kind of a touch and go there for a bit. But it was fun watching it and seeing how they won, what kind of strategy he came up with in order to take out the opponent he was going up against, or stuff like that.
Right.
I guess that's all I got.
Okay. All right.
It's hard for me when I got can't back and forth. So.
Oh no, yeah. Like I said, I know a little bit about the sumo. I think that the story of the sumo wrestler that was on the and when he won in 2018 or before I got there in 2018, I had seen him before too. Like I saw him. So that was 2018. When I was there in 2017, that's when I saw him for the first time.
Yeah.
But in 2017, remember, I went to Japan like 3 times. So I think I saw him in April when I was in Osaka. And then the whatever, the next couple times, whatever. And then when I came back in January for Evo Japan, that's when I saw him on the news again. And I was like, I remember that dude. And he stood out because, again, he was a foreigner.
Yeah.
He didn't look Asian or Japanese. And I was like, he's a sumo wrestler. That's, wow. And they're letting him compete. This is, wow, okay.
Yeah, I wasn't aware that they let other
yeah, me neither.
countries participate.
Me neither.
So,
Go, hey, props to him.
yeah.
So good on him. Yeah, he went from just like, oh wow, that's really different, and to actually winning the whole thing. All right. So yeah, dude, sumo sounds like you said, it's in Shonen Jump, so it could be something impressive.
Yeah, the animation was really, really good for this. Like, I mean, they could have just done whatever they wanted to,
Right.
but they actually did really good with the animation. Art style was really good. Like, they obviously they stylized a lot of stuff during the match, which added a lot to the experience.
Yeah, it's it's so funny because now you got me thinking. It's all like when you see the actual live real life matches, you know, it's the from the referee and all of that. And then when you watch it in Shonen Jump, it's all like, and then it's actually, okay, he's taking the step with his right foot. Now I know that he's going to like to attack with his left hand, which means he's going to be open on the right side. But he knows that I know I'm going to come after his right side. So I have to, it's like that whole, the voice in your head thing, and they slow it all down for dramatic effect. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Such Shonen Jump.
But they do a good job with it, so.
Yeah.
Hey.
And you know, I have the same feeling too with Hanebado, which was about badminton. Mm-hmm. It was like, all right, it's badminton. I don't know anything about badminton, but that animation was like, well, damn. So you know, and then there was dramatic elements in that one because you saw with Ayano and her mom and her how she had abandonment issues, but the main character who she beat in the opening sequence was like her rival because, you know, Ayano was like not even in high school, but now they're both in the same high school, but the other character, the other main character, because they were both main characters, was like she's now a senior and she's about to leave, but Ayano, who's the only one that really beat her, or at least gave her a good competition, is now like, I have abandonment issues from my mom, so I don't even want to compete, and, you know.
Yeah.
Then it's the anime is just about them settling the score and settling their differences. So, yeah, it's once in a while when a sports show comes out, it actually hits you, and it's like, this is actually damn good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so Hinamaru Sumo was one of those that caught me by surprise. Because I was
Right.
like, I don't know much about sumo, but I'll give it a shot. And then it just turned out to be really good. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Sumo. Oh, who would have thought? Who would have thought I'd like an anime about sumo? But it's also like those people who are like, who'd have thought I'd like an anime about like tennis or
Yeah.
or ping pong or
Yeah.
But even that anime was really good. Ping pong, the animation, that was really good too.
That's an older one, isn't it?
That's an older one. Yeah. I'm just bringing that up because ping pong. It was, like I just brought it up as like who you think.
Yeah, you get caught off guard.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah, that's pretty much what I got for Hinamaru Sumo.
Sure.
All right. Oh, by the way, these are all in order by my ranking now, and that was number 5.
Cool.
So number 4 is Sarazanmai, or as we called it during its run, Gay Kappa.
Gay Kappa.
Another one that really caught me by surprise after like episode 5. Like before that, it was just what is it, like Kappa of the week? I guess you could call it, because every week it'd be like, oh well, they got this one that they got to get the ball out of now, and then it hits you with story, and you're like, oh, we're getting a story now, like 5 episodes before the series ends.
turns out, I think if I remember what I heard, that it was like the same writer or the same. I don't think it was the mangaka, but I think it was the same like story writer as Mawaru Penguin Drum.
I think it was the director.
Or the director, yeah there you
like
go.
That. It was like the director.
So that kind of explains that, because it was the same thing with Penguin Drum. It's like, this show has no meaning. There's no direction. What's going on? Then at the end, it's all like, boom! Oh yeah, by the way, this is what's been going on.
Yeah.
All right. Sure.
Exactly. Oh God, what was one thing? I think I wanted to bring this up before when we were talking about it, because I found out, I think a couple days after the last episode aired, was that they actually had a Twitter account for Rio and what was the other guy's name? His boyfriend, or whatever.
Yeah, the otters. Okay.
Yeah, there was a Twitter account for them, and it would like show like them doing things throughout their like time together.
Okay.
And then when the show aired, the account went dark
Okay.
because what happened to them in the show.
Okay.
And then when the final episode, when they died, like happened, everything on the page disappeared.
Wow.
Because they got erased because they were, they were eaten by what's his name, the Kappa, right?
Yeah.
And when that happens, they're erased from like existence.
Right.
So that's what was happening with the Twitter account.
My good. All right. All right. That's some viral marketing right there.
Yeah. I was like, I wish I would have known about this earlier. But
Okay.
I mean, I probably wouldn't have paid attention to it then because I didn't know anything about Serozanmai.
Yeah.
And now that I do, I'm like, man, I wish I would have known.
Yeah. It yeah. It's hard for me to describe because it's also, I'm remembering bits and pieces now. I just remember that the one otter looks like Clavier from Ace Attorney, Apollo Justice.
Which one? The one with the glasses?
No, the blonde dude with the brown tan.
I think that was Rio.
Yeah.
Mabu. That's his boyfriend's name.
There you go.
Rio and Mabu.
Mabu was the glasses guy who looked like Edgeworth.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, so it's Clavier and Edgeworth. Go figure. Oh, goodness. Oh, this show.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I can respect it for what it was trying to do, and it really had a lot of issues, that it tried to tackle. And it was very ambitious for a show that you just never would expect. But
yeah, especially with the first 4 or 5 episodes where they're just like, oh, here's just them fighting Kappa. And now we're going to hit you with all the feels.
yeah. So, yeah, we had same-sex relationships, we had older brother issues, gang violence,
Murder.
more older brother issues. Man.
Yeah.
Family breakdowns.
There was a ton of different things they were trying to cover.
Yeah, it was very ambitious.
I think that for as much time as they used for it, they did a pretty good job.
Yeah, like I said, they did a lot in 12 episodes. I don't know where this came from. I don't know if this was manga, light novel. I don't know where this was.
I actually think it was 10 or 11.
For 10 or 11 episodes?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it originally was.
Oh, let me look that up. Maybe it could be original.
Straight to anime.
Could be.
Yeah. And because even the way they ended it too was just kind of like they fast forwarded it, or at least they ended it after Homeboy's prison sentence.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Anime.
And the otter jokes. Oh, otter jokes.
Otter jokes.
But yeah,
I remember when you were like, I don't know what they're supposed to be. I was like, I think they're otters.
Yeah, I didn't know that the otters and the kappa were at war with each other.
Yeah, who would have known? That dark, shadowy otters were trying to wipe out the kappas. So what is this? I see Gentosha Comics on here. I don't know if that means it's based off of a manga. adaptation. Click on that to see what it gives me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a manga.
So it was a manga? Okay, there you go.
Yeah, it's a manga.
Wow, so this one was even better or higher on your list than Bang Dream, huh?
Well, like I said, there was a lot of really good shows. And I do really like Bang Dream, but there was too many other really good shows for me to, not have just a 10.
So I'm going to take this as that you liked the singing and dancing better in Saran.
It was actually pretty funny when they did it.
I'm done. I'm dying. It wasn't even that funny, but I'm dying. Oh man. I promise. I'll get to Bang Dream. I really will. I promise. I promise. Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really liked Zero's on my
Dish.
Like Hinomoto Sumo caught me off guard.
Dish.
Yes. Dish.
Oh man.
Especially the first episode when you see him traveling through the Kappa's butt and getting puked out, or pooped out, I should say.
Yeah, because I think that there was a Kappa episode of Gegege no Kitaro, and that was also the thing too. And then that's how the Kappa is basically, that's how they stole your soul, if I remember correctly, is through the bunghole.
Yeah, I think, isn't that basically what they're doing in this? They're taking their souls, basically.
Yeah, they're evil intentions.
Yeah.
Same thing, soul evil. Yeah, but yeah.
But they had no idea that when they were doing that, they were wiping them out of existence.
Correct. Yeah, series is deep, man.
Yeah.
And you guys are all here like, oh, they're just singing and dancing. Oh, it's so innocent and happy. Ha 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 ha. Nope.
That's what we wanted you to believe.
Yup. It's actually a giant war between the otter and the Kappa. Dish.
And actually, Rio and Mabu were Kappa.
Yes.
They just turned on their king, or emperor, or whatever he was.
Yes.
Backstabbers.
I know. Jerks. Dish.
But they helped out in the end, so,
Yeah, they came back. They came back and they joined the ranks of the gay Kappa, and everyone lived happily ever after.
Mm-hmm. I think actually all of them, except for the prince or emperor, was gay, because he married that one chick.
Yeah, the princess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very progressive, actually, when you think about it. Well, except for the other guy, the third dude, the guy that went to jail. We don't know what happened with him. Or at least who he ended up with, if anybody at all.
If anybody. But the other two, the one friend was into the main guy.
Well, yeah, and then we never got closure on that either.
No.
He just kind of, at first he just outright rejected him, and then that was kind of where we were left at.
Yeah.
So, but then, yeah, like you said, Edgeworth and Clavier, they're happily ever after.
Mm-hmm.
So good for them. We like happy endings.
We do.
Especially after Clavier was doing all of that, because he's like, oh, bring him alive. I don't care if you steal all his memories. Okay. You only have yourself to blame.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then as it turns out, if he ever shows any affection to you, he's just going to die. Blow up. Because he's got a bomb in his heart.
This series is deep, man. And y'all thought it was just dancing, singing, gay Kappa. Nope.
Mm-mm. There was a lot more to this than everybody, I think, expected.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll have to watch other people's top 10s and see what they said. Not about this, but just what they have on there.
Right.
To see if it made anybody else's top 10 list.
Right.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
All right.
I really enjoyed it. It caught me by surprise.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was a good watch. I'll agree with that.
All right. Next one, number 3. Kaguya-sama. Love is War.
Oh, man. Oh, we're still, to this day, getting memes.
Yes.
We're still getting Chica memes.
Chica memes and, oh god, what's,
Chin Chin.
Hayasaka.
Oh, Ayasaka lied as naturally as she breathed. Oh man, I want to see the live action. I'm not gonna lie. I want to see the live action. I think it's a movie, right? I think it's the movie.
I think it is.
It's a movie.
Yeah.
I don't think it's out yet, but I want to see the live action. And obviously season 2 is coming, so super excited about that. And yeah, I Chica's dance obviously revolutionized the scene in the beginning of the year.
What was that, episode 3?
3, yeah. So what was funny about the lyrics in the Chica's dance ending is that she actually referenced what's his name? Kun. The treasurer kid.
Oh god.
He was it he something Hirogumi. But yeah, she actually referenced him in the lyrics because she was talking about all their functions in the student council.
Yeah.
And then she actually just mentioned him, and he actually hadn't debuted in the episode, in the series. So if you were a filthy anime watcher, you had no idea who she was talking about.
Wow, on Crunchyroll it has a 4.9 out of 5.
Yeah, I believe it.
Got an 8.4 on my anime list. I'm looking up the guy's name. That's why
Okay.
I'm looking at all this. Okay.
That's fine.
Ishigami.
Ishigami.
Yeah, Ishigami.
Ishigami-kun.
Best boy of the series.
He was definitely the most honest. That's
Yeah.
for sure. And of course, like I said in previous episodes, the president's voice actor, Roman's favorite Achilles from Fate, Saitama himself.
Saitama.
And again, you look at his character sheet. It's like he did Saitama, then he vanished, then he came back for Fate Apocrypha and was Achilles, and then he did this Kaguya-sama. And now I don't know what he's been in or why that gap existed. Like, was he doing MMA or was he singing? Because that's why the voice actress for Cardcaptor Sakura left. Is like, I think she was singing she was like in part of a group and she was doing like idol stuff.
So she was touring.
Yeah, she was like, touring and all of that. And then she vanished. And then she comes back and she does Nero in Fate Extra. And it's like, what? All right. So that's why I'm like, I don't know what happened for like 2-3 years from when like One Punch Man season 1 ended. And then
Yeah.
But yeah, he did a damn good job. And funny enough, I just remember that too. When Ishigami was talking about the differences between Kaguya and Chika, and he's just like, stop! Yeah.
Because they were right behind.
You remind him.
That was the scene with the paper fan, right?
The favorite fan. So I have my homie. He cosplayed Ishigami, I believe, at last year's Anime LA, and he actually brought the fan. He actually took the newspaper, folded it up, bought the red tape, and taped all the handle up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's all like, any Chika-chan cosplayers that want to use this on me, feel free to. I was like, this guy. Yeah. And then also Ishigami-kun just, please kill me now. I'm just going to go home and die now.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, but please don't die.
But you know what, Roman, let me tell you. Chin.
Yeah. It still kind of gets me.
You and Kaguya on the same wavelength. So, yeah, and on top of that too, it's also like the narrator helps sell it. Actually, the same guy that cosplayed Ishigami, his favorite girl is actually Ayasaka.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's like a trendy gal girl, and then turns out that she's actually dead on the inside. Yeah.
True. She
Yeah.
is kind of
Emotionless.
dead on the inside.
Yeah.
But she's great.
She is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm still a Chika on it myself, but
For now.
yeah,
A little more of Hayasaka though, and maybe that'll change.
maybe. I'm up for deliberations.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Kaguya was also nice too. I think Kaguya has a Nesso too. I might have to pick that up.
Maybe.
If there's a Chika Nesso berry, I definitely got to pick that up. That's for sure. But yeah, and then on top of that too, it's all about the mental games, the logic to defy your logic to beat your logic. I think that was definitely one of the show's high points too, about how they always overthought everything. And
Yeah.
I mean, the premise of the show is also correct too, because it's all like the first one that ever gives in is the weaker party in the relationship. Even though you're like, no, that's not true at all. He goes, love is love, and it's like, not always, because if you show what you're willing to give up, they can take advantage of that and use it against you. So, the premise is sound. The premise makes sense.
Definitely. Sorry, I'm looking up the Nendoroids, trying to see if they have them out.
Oh, Nendos. There's no Nendos, but Nesoberry, these ones?
Oh, I have a Kaguya.
There is a okay, so there is a Kaguya.
Yeah.
Have they made a Chica yet?
I have not seen a Chica.
Okay. So did they just make it of President and of Kaguya, the two main characters?
I haven't seen President either, just Kaguya.
Just Kaguya?
They have smaller ones, the, what do they call them, the mascot ones?
Yeah.
They have those where they have Chica, two Kaguya, like two different facial expressions, and the President.
I'd probably...
I have those two.
I just want Kaguya and Chica.
I had to get those on a different website, though.
Yeah. Might have to do some research then. Yeah, but yeah, it was really good. Really good.
But I still love the theme song.
That theme song from 77?
Yeah, that one.
Still
One of my favorites.
So, you have... Yeah, well... Yeah. Yeah, I think I still prefer Dumbbells a little bit better, but that's because it's a different motivation, but the opening to Kaguya-sama, I think, in a different mood, is also pretty good. Pretty good. I think, yeah. Dumbbells just makes it easier for me to go to the gym. More motivated.
Well, I mean, they're singing about exercising. So.
Yeah, yeah. But Kaguya-sama definitely gets you all like, all right, we smooth jazz now.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, Kaguya-sama. Love it.
Yeah.
And when is season 2 coming out in spring too?
I don't know. We talked about it on the Lost Podcast. Maybe you should go pull it up. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I was gonna do it anyway. So.
Yeah. Yeah, sometime. Yeah, I didn't.
Here we go. Sequel. I was on the Kaguya-sama page anyway. It says April. So yeah, spring.
Spring. All right.
So next season.
All right. So something to look forward to. Yeah, unless I can get my hands on the live action movie, we'll see.
Which in Japan came out in September, I think.
Oh, so it's already been out.
It's already been out.
Oh, maybe there's a copy floating on the seas.
Maybe,
because yeah, what's the turnaround is usually like 3 or 4 months, right? For like Blu-rays.
I think so.
This requires further investigation. All right, I have homework now about Kaguya-sama.
All right. So yeah, that's all I got for Kaguya. Mine are more rapid fire when it's just me.
Yeah.
We'll get into a lot more discussion when we get to the Demon Slayer. But
boy.
I'm going to say now my number 1 and number 2 are kind of cheats.
Okay.
Because I doubled both of them.
Okay.
My number 2 are High Score Girl Season 2 and Beastars.
I haven't seen either one of those, so go for it.
All right.
I'm going to let you talk.
I'm pretty sure I've mentioned multiple times to you that High Score Girl was one of my favorite. Was this be considered a rom-com?
Yes.
Rom-com anime.
Now, I have seen season 1, so yes,
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
So yeah, it's one of my favorites. I like the relationship between. Oh god, I need to remember their names now. Ono and the main dude, whose name I can't remember. I always forget his name. But I like the relationship between the two of them. I like how it started off with, like in the first season, they kind of don't like each other, and then it moves up to he kind of feels like she's more his rival, and she's kind of feeling something else. It seems.
Right. But in the end, Hidaka is best girl.
No, but okay.
Oh, wow. This guy.
In the second season, I don't want to spoil anything, so I'll just say the relationship progresses.
Okay.
Quite a bit, and No, Hidaka's not best girl. She's nice. She's good.
Wow.
But not best girl.
Wow. Why? Because she's too honest for you? Is that what it is?
No, because
Yeah.
she's constantly trying to push herself between these two when there's nothing between her and the main dude.
Well, there's also nothing between him and Ono. But anyways.
I mean, there definitely is.
Okay.
If you watch the second season, you'll see.
Okay.
But she's like always trying to work her way in between the two. She knows how Ono feels about him. And she even can tell how he really feels about Ono, but doesn't admit.
Exactly. So
And
he ain't gonna
she
make a
still
move.
tries to work her way in there, despite the fact that he's pushed her away multiple times. Like, no. And she still tries, but ultimately fails.
Well, because if no one's gonna make a move, then Hidaka's gonna make a move.
It doesn't work out. That's all I'll say.
Okay. Her only fault is being too
However,
innocent.
I do want to see how the spin-off goes with her.
The Hidaka, yeah.
Yeah, because they did announce a spin-off for Hidaka. I want to see how that goes. See if it actually continues where this left off, or if it's gonna. Oh,
Best girl. My Hidaka keychain from Evo last year.
I like how it does the
Yeah, it's on both sides. Yeah,
goes behind her
yeah,
with her playing as Akuma.
yeah. And funny enough, we actually got the better shirt too. You've seen the Evo high score girl shirt, right?
I don't think so.
Okay, so while you can keep talking while I go pull it out. So yeah, go ahead.
So basically, I like the progression of the relationship. Oh yeah, you didn't show me that.
So this one, I don't know if I'm still being picked up by the mic because I'm so far away. So this one is actually the design from Evo America. So this was the Evo Vegas one.
Yeah.
And then you can see it all. You can see the judge and all of that. But then the one that they actually made for Evo Japan was white. And I think all it did was it just showed, I think it had just Ono and, now you're making me now I'm forgetting. Yasuo? Yasuo.
No. Doesn't start with a Y.
But yeah, it's just them standing on the...
Haruo.
Haruo, yeah.
Yes.
It's just them standing on the Evo symbol. That's all that is.
Oh,
and
it
that's
is?
the Evo Japan high score girl. So, I think our shirt's way better. I think our design was way... Because some people were wearing it,
Yeah.
but I was all like, yeah, no. And this was being sold at the official Evo merch booth, but on Friday when they opened, they didn't have them yet. So they were like, oh, just come back at like 2 or whatever. So I was like, okay. And so then, yeah, sure enough, came back all the way at 2 and had to get them, and yeah. And then this Hidaka keychain was from the Artist Alley because, yeah, High Score Girl had a very strong presence there. So,
Well, it makes a lot of sense. It just focuses on fighting games so much.
yeah, but they do a lot of other games like Final Fight. I love the coverage on Final Fight because I not only did I kind of grow up on Final Fight and Double Dragon, but even to this day, I know everyone's all like Streets of Rage, and I'm just like, nah, Final Fight all day, every day. First off, I didn't grow up with the Genesis, and second off, even when I sit down and try to play like Streets of Rage, I'm like, no, this is just lame. I just prefer Final Fight. Final Fight's just so much better than Streets of Rage. I'm sorry. It's just yeah. So yeah. But yeah, no, they played a bunch of other games too. Was that Ninja Spirits was another one too? I think. I gotta go back and look. And then yeah. But you are right. Obviously fighting games I think are front and center, but when they did some of the other coin-op games, I was also kind of like, oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then, did I ever tell you, too, that when Zangief and when Guile, whenever they were talking, like in Haruo's head, that those were actually the current voice actors in Street Fighter V for Zangief and Guile?
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So, they were the same voice actors from Street Fighter 4. So, in Street Fighter 4, the voice actors changed. And then they've been doing it ever since.
Right.
So when, Guile is all like, Haruo, Believe in yourself. Yeah. That's the current voice actor for Guile in Street Fighter V.
Nice.
And then turns out that Zangief's voice actor is also All Might.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So I thought that was a nice, clever nod. And they had a lot of involvement from like ArcSys, and Capcom helped, and SNK helped. So I thought that was all really good, like camaraderie between all the companies to make this anime happen. So, and I'm after Kimono Friends, I'm also kind of used to that kind of animation style where it looks kind of like grungy.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm okay with it. It doesn't bother me. But yeah.
Did you watch episodes 13, 14, and 15?
I think I did. That's the one where it was like, after Hidaka's challenge, right?
Yeah, she challenges him. They have their match.
Right. There was one episode or an OVA that I think my friend was telling me about where it was like explains why Ono doesn't talk. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen that one. But yeah, apparently these were all on Netflix. So I watched everything that Netflix had, which I believe was the entirety of season 1. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. But that's where I ended. And so I started obtaining the episodes for season 2, but then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to wait for the whole thing to finish. And then I'm going to marathon it. Especially since last year I marathoned it right before going to EVO. Because I was like, I don't want to get in here and start talking about it and buying merch and all that, and I don't even know what I'm doing or talking about. So I was like, I gotta finish the show. And yeah, I finished the show like 9:00 the night before my flight to Vegas.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. But it was worth it. It was great, and the references and all of that, And like I said, Hidaka's only sin was being honest. It's okay, Hidaka. Roman just doesn't appreciate you. Wow. Wow.
So yeah, it's
Also,
half of my number 2.
Yeah, that's fair. And then on top of that, they were selling the Evo Japan was selling the Ono Akira Nendo. So at some point, I got to go pick one up. But yeah,
Cool.
Yeah. But it's exclusive, but I don't think it's hard to find. And watch, I just cursed myself, so I'll knock on wood. So we'll see.
Yeah, you should probably do that.
Yeah.
So it had I thought it had a good ending. It actually ended. It's not going to get a third season or anything. I guess how it ends in the anime is where it ended in the manga as well. So story's done. Now they're gonna. I don't know when the Hidaka thing comes out. The spinoff should be soon because they announced it.
Right.
But if they make an anime of that, I'll watch it.
Good, because Hidaka deserves her happiness.
Yeah, she does, just not with him.
Wow.
Especially after the last episode. You'll see when you watch it.
Okay.
And I don't mean that she doesn't deserve her happiness. I mean with him. That's the part I mean.
Okay.
The second part of my number 2 is Beastars.
Okay.
Which I know you didn't watch.
Not at all.
Because I'm sure, like most others, it just looked like furry crap, I'm assuming.
Well, it almost reminded me of Agaretsuko, which is one that people were telling me is funny and hilarious, and I've seen a little bit of it, but I wanted to go and actually watch the whole thing on my own time, and I just never got around to it. It looked, at least from an animation style, like that, but yeah, after that, the whole, I don't know what else to say about it. But you are correct in saying that no, the furry stuff is not an automatic turn on for me. Like I said, I'm more down with the Kimono Friends, where it's more on the human scale, and maybe they just have like tails or ears. When you start going full on like Sonic the Hedgehog, that's when I'm starting to like, yeah.
You're missing out. Okay. It's really good.
Okay.
because I'm going to say I didn't. This is another one that caught me by surprise,
Okay.
where I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I did. Because I mean, like, again, they're full animals. I was like, okay, well, how deep can we get with just full animals?
Yif.
Apparently, pretty deep. Very first episode. One of the characters gets eaten by the other character, like dead, eaten.
Fun.
It's supposed to be a big part of the show, like figuring out who it was that actually ate them.
Okay.
But that kind of takes a back seat after a while. But based off of what we saw at the end of the last episode, it's going to be a big part of the second season, which they did announce.
I thought they work in an office.
No, they're at school. They're in high school.
Okay. All right.
Working in an office.
Yeah, I thought this was another Agaretsuko. But anyways.
No, they're at high school, and it follows a wolf named Lugosi, who works in the well, not works, but he's in the drama club as like the light dude.
Okay.
He works behind the scenes. Follows him, Louis, which is a deer, and Haru, which is a dwarf rabbit.
Okay.
And basically, it follows Lugosi's relationship with Haru as it progresses, because he kind of falls in love with her after one night where he accidentally almost ate her because his instincts kind of took over. And now he's like trying to feel like, how should I talk to this like herbivore? Because I tried to eat her the other day. And now he's trying to figure out if what he's feeling is actually love, or if it's just his instincts wanting to eat her.
Sounds more like Zootopia.
Kinda.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of described it as.
Yeah.
It's a more adult Zootopia.
Okay. No Cheech Marine, huh? Oh no, it didn't have Cheech Marine. It had Tommy Chong.
Yeah, no Tommy Chong. No nudists.
You're losing me. You're losing me. Let's go back to High School Girl. But yeah. Okay.
But yeah, it actually goes pretty deep into like the psychology of what these animals are thinking when they're around like what's supposed to be their prey and or predator, because they do go into like the herbivores and what they're thinking, especially after I think he was alpaca was eaten on school grounds, so it's like a whole divide between the two after that happens.
Well, why would you eat the alpaca, man? Those are the guys that spit the most.
Them and llamas.
Yeah.
And camels. Camels spit too. I think
Queen of Sheba wants to build a camel park, though.
yes. I didn't remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
But yeah, I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. The animation, I guess the animation studio is the same people that did Land of the Lustrous or something.
Oh, okay, the Gems anime.
Yeah.
Got it.
They're
Okay.
the same studio that did that.
Got it.
Because I was watching, I remember watching it and wondering, why do I not hear people complain about the animation for this? Because it's CG, and
Yeah.
usually they hate CG.
Yeah.
Like, they're constantly bad-mouthing every anime that has it, and they're like, this is good CG. Because I remember bringing that up, and somebody actually responded. And I was like, okay. And then I found out that it was done by that studio. I was like, okay, that makes sense. People liked that.
I literally saw a meme this morning reminding everyone, like, would you bang a rock? Yeah. 'Cause they're all rocks. They're all stones and minerals.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
this one was only 12 episodes, but it's getting a second season. It was already announced.
Okay.
So, I will definitely be watching that whenever it comes out, because I want to see what happens with the whole eating of the alpaca.
Okay. I will listen in on this. I will follow your lead.
Yeah. You should check it out, though. At least a couple episodes.
Yeah,
Just
maybe.
to see.
You would, the way you're describing it, if it's Zootopia, And if it's made by the that animation studio, and I did see about the first 6 episodes of Gems. So, and I always wanted to go back and finish it. So, yeah. So maybe that sounds like a good resume to get my interest. But my priority is Bang Dream for sure.
Yeah, it's a good priority.
Yeah.
They also have a black market in here where they sell animal meat for the carnivores in the city, so that they don't lose themselves to their instincts.
Wow. Yeah, this sounds like Zootopia. But that's not a bad thing.
So yeah, that's all I'll say about Beastars, because I can't really talk about it too much without spoiling a whole lot.
Okay.
So I told you what happened in the first episode, and I think...
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And the black market.
All right.
So yeah, I'll stop with Beastars for now.
Okay.
So now we could have a back and forth here, because my number 1 is also a tie.
Yeah.
So we could talk about one of them at least.
Yeah.
And that is Demon Slayer.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement. I think that, and I know that you said this would be the one that has the most discussion. I actually kind of feel the opposite. I actually think this one might have the quickest conversation, because I think that Demon Slayer has been talked to death. I mean, I don't, it's like it won the greatest anime of the decade. That's how blown up Demon Slayer has gotten. I mean, I think we said this too at the season wrap up too about Demon Slayer and the Train movie, the Infinity Train movie coming out. Mm-hmm. And every time this is another one too, when I keep hearing about the vocal cast, it's like it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Suwabe is in it, Maya Sakamoto is in it, Sakurai is in it. Who else? Who did I just hear also? The guy that does Kirito apparently does Inosuke.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, apparently that's him.
Kirito?
Yeah.
From
I believe
SAO?
From SAO, yeah. Wow. I believe that's him. Kayano Ai, who, by the way, they're married. The voice actor for Kirito and Kayano Ai, they're married in real life. She does Shinobu's older sister.
Yep.
The one that ate it. I don't, and it's Ufotable. I mean, come on. They showed the Lost Butterfly, which is Heaven's Feel Part 3.
Yeah.
They showed the new trailer. They're on point. I'm sure Infinity Train is going to be on point. It's going to be just ridiculous. I know the first thing all the manga readers like, oh yeah, I hope you don't like anybody. They're going to die. They're dead. And it's like, all right, well, thanks, jackass. But anyways.
Yeah, that is one thing that is horrible about the Demon Slayer fan base is they are very willing to give you spoilers, even if you don't ask for them. It was like, it's kind of, it might be a fallout from the JoJo fandom, but at least for the most part, the JoJo fandom just kind of like kept it to mocking, but they didn't really spoil it. Like they were just all like, oh, you like that character? That's really cute. And then that's kind of where they left it. Well, the Demon Slayers are like, oh yeah, they're going to die in this chapter to this person.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, thank you.
In regards to that, I will say that I give Demon Slayer and the mangaka props, at least in that regard, that they're willing to off some of their good guys to kind of promote the bad guys, because you don't really see that too often. Like in Naruto, for instance, what was the body count? Like 2? Like Jiraiya and Neji. Right?
Neji. I cannot remember the name of what was it? Asuma, the guy that
Yeah, Asuma.
Yeah, he died.
Yeah, the smoking guy.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't know any major characters that actually died.
3.
Yeah.
Out of like 90 characters. 9, if maybe even more than that. That's
Oh, you got to count all the villages. So
yeah, so it's a body count of 3. So
if we're missing anybody from the actual village, let me know.
Right. So yeah, I give them respect in that regard, but at the same time too, as a fan, you never want to see your character eat it because it always sucks, and it's like, oh, you know, I got emotionally attached to this character, and it's like, yeah, but you know, it happens, and in the name of storytelling, sometimes that's just the way it has to be. So
sometimes it does, and sometimes you drop Naruto because they killed Jiraiya,
fair,
which is what I did.
Understandable. It's understandable.
And then they kill Neji.
Yeah.
My other favorite character. Thank God they didn't kill Gaara for good.
Yeah, I was supposed to say, and there was a bunch of them too where they were like quote unquote killed, like DC Marvel killed, and then they came back. So that's why I wasn't sure about Neji. I was like, but I'm pretty sure Neji's dead, right? Neji never came back, right?
He didn't come back. He's dead.
Yeah.
During the final war, he died.
Oh, I thought they killed him earlier than that.
No,
so they got him
it was
at
the
the
last
end.
arc. It was the last arc.
Okay. Yeah, I thought they got him earlier than that. Yeah. Okay, then that's not too bad. But yeah, you would think that of all the characters too, like he was pretty powerful. At least they made him seem pretty powerful.
Yeah.
But then again, I mean, that's also the build up with Demon Slayer too. They're like, oh, these guys, they've all killed like actual like the demons or the demon. What is it? The generals or whatever, the commanders or something. I forgot what the titles were that they were using.
Oh God.
But
12 Moons.
Yeah, they've all killed one of them. So, you know, but again, it's just what you have to do. So the other thing too is that I was thinking too, I was like, are we going to see any resurrections? Like, are any of these people coming back? Do we have like mystical resurrection powers too? I don't know. Like I said, I'm a filthy casual. I only watch the anime, so I don't know. But yeah, like I said, I could always go read the manga. So
yeah,
but who knows? You know, whatever they feel like doing. Infuse them with demon's blood, and then they come back. So, but yeah,
they're eating.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know what else I can say that I haven't said already before. It's like, it's on point. I think that Ufotable doing a Shonen Jump series would be great, but I can only imagine how expensive that would be. But it is going to be good to see the movie. I hope that they do like what they've been doing, which is like here in like the Century. Century is owned or operated by Cinemark, and it's a chain of movie theaters. They're a major chain here in the States.
Yeah.
And so I hope that they get it, and they do these special event nights where they show anime movies. So I hope that they do it, and where you can just kind of go and just watch it at your local theater. When the very first Heaven's Feel movie came out, you had to go all the way to San Francisco, Japantown, at the theater in Japantown, which housed like 40 seats, and that's where you watched it. But like with Heaven's Feel 2, that came out at Century Theaters, and you could just go, you know, buy a ticket, and then there you go. And then they had it like 2 nights. One time was subbed, and then the other time was dubbed. I heard they also did that with Promare.
Did they?
But I believe Promare had a couple of showings.
Okay.
But Promare was available in subbed and dubbed, and then it was out, but then they brought it again. They brought it back in December. So, yeah.
Cool.
But yeah.
I know go ahead, sorry.
No, that's the other thing too, is my knowledge hasn't really increased since the anime ended. So I haven't, you know, outside of memes, I don't really know anything else on what's going on or what's happened or transpired in the manga or anything.
Well, I know they're on their final arc.
Before they go to Demon Slayer Shippuden?
If they do that, yeah.
Okay. So they're ending the whole series?
Yeah, they're fighting Muzan.
Oh, wow. Well, but what if he really isn't the bad guy?
What if he's been trying to save us all from ourselves?
Exactly. What if it's all like, wait, there's actually an 800-year-old demon behind him who's actually calling all the shots, and he has another 12 generals. You know how these things go, man.
Yeah.
You thought you killed Frieza, but then he comes back with his dad Cooler.
Well, I mean, he was revived and healed and mechanical. And then he got chopped up like 5 minutes later when he made it to Earth.
There you go. We never said that it needs to be an epic fight. We just there needs to be a bigger, badder guy behind this big bad guy. So yeah.
Well, everything I've heard says that the author said that this is the final arc.
Okay.
But you never know. It could change. Like you said. They could come up with something else. Maybe a side story or a spin-off.
It's so funny that all these series, they're like, they come in, they do their business, and then they end, and they're all shown in Jump. But One Piece, was it Eiichiro? Is it Edo or whatever? Oda. He just refuses, man. He's just all like, wuss. And keeps on going. It's like, wow, man. Wow.
Since 99, I believe.
Wow.
He's been going.
21 years.
And he still, I think he said he has like 5 more years before he finishes it off.
So at this point, it sounds like he just wants to hit the 25-year anniversary, and then he's going to end it.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I keep hearing people be like, oh, well, he could have ended this on like 50 episodes or something. I'm like, do you know how much stuff there is in this world? Like how much lore, how many islands, the different pirates that they can introduce. It's like you could go on forever.
That's if he wants to.
If he wants
to, yes, he can just keep making up lore.
He's not in the best health though, so.
Which it almost kind of gives me Star Wars vibes, because that's the same thing they said too. They were like, oh, it's an entire galaxy. You could make planets and just pull planets and make lore, and there's already existing lore, and this and that, and it's like, that's why it's all up to him. You know, how creative does he want to get? So,
well, I mean, most of the stuff that has been going on has been stuff that he's introduced already. He's just giving it to you in the anime now, the manga.
I'm showing Roman these dorks that are dancing on the GDQ stream, man. Nerds! Anyways. But, yeah, I mean, well, that's the same thing with Demon Slayer, too. It could be that they want to wrap it up, and then we can get, time skip. So, and then, yeah, we start Demon Slayer Shippuden.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I don't know, at the same time, too, you also don't want to overstay your welcome. So, because then it becomes like Bleach, and then you're like 7 people are still watching Bleach. I think it's time we killed it. All right, we just pull the plug. So,
yeah.
But again, I mean, that's why I'm talking about this kind of low key stuff, low energy right now, because I don't know what's left to say, man. It's 1 accolades, it's 1 props, it's got voice actors, it's got Lisa. What the song, the opening song by Lisa went platinum or something in Japan, and Sony Japan are double platinum. The movie's coming. I don't know. I don't know what else I can say. Anime of the decade, and that's not too shocking, because Persona 5, when it came out, all of a sudden became the greatest RPG of all time. And it's because, once again, it was the most recent thing. What's fresh on your mind? Oh, this,
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, if you look throughout the decade, there's probably better.
Oh, I'm sure. And that's not to say that... you could just go look right between Demon Slayer and Fate Zero. You're telling me that Demon Slayer is better than... Oh, no. This is the same animation studio, too.
Yeah.
And the same lady sings the opening song for both shows. Just saying. So, there you go. So, and then, I mean, if you want to go even there, you could say Unlimited Blade Works, too. There you go. Unfortunately, Kata no Kyokai just missed it, because I think Kata no Kyokai was 08. So that's
a couple
just
years off.
Yeah, that missed the mark. But Fate Zero, Unlimited Blade Works.
Your Heaven Feels movies.
Yeah, if you want to count movies. Yeah, so it's. But yeah, I mean, all the kiddies like it, though. All the kiddies like Demon Slayer, so.
Yep.
Good on them. And it is. It has a strong cast. It has good characters. It has fun characters. It's like I said, Roman was all like, "Oh, what's his name? Zenitsu." He's all like, "Zenitsu is not that bad." I was like, "He's kind of annoying." And then 2 days later, the next podcast was like, "Okay, he's not that bad." So, yeah. So,
Yep.
And then of course Kanao. Kanao is adorable. So, with her little, she just wants to be cute and flip her coin, man.
Well, she can't do that no more, because he took that away from her.
Well, maybe if she wasn't such an emo broad. But yeah, it's I don't know. Like I said, it deserves all the praise it gets. It deserves all the props it gets. It's a damn good show.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it and
Go
you're
watch
listening to this, go watch it. Get hyped for the movie. It's going to be good. Apparently, don't get attached to anybody because they might not make it.
Right.
So, the best choice is to not have any ships
Right.
because it might not make it.
It's gonna sink pretty early. Maybe.
Yes. Yes. And what else? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't.
So that's pretty much it for Kimetsu.
Yeah, it's that. I mean, that's all I got. I don't know what your thoughts are.
Well, I think we touched them all.
Yeah, and it's. I feel that like if you go back and look at the notes for all the previous episodes, it's like Demon Slayer was always the one that took up the most
Time.
And the cosplays are all on point too. You keep seeing those. You keep I just saw it earlier. I think this morning I just saw another Muzan, like Femme Muzan fan art, and it was like very naughty. It wasn't Rule 34. It wasn't H, but it was very fan servicey, and I was just like, "Oh, you guys, that's a man, baby." But hey, man, I ain't gonna stop you. Live your dreams.
Go for it.
So yeah. Yeah. That's it. That's it.
That's it.
That's what's his name? Conpaccio?
Oh yeah. Okay, then the other part of my number one.
Mm-hmm.
Carol and Tuesday.
Oh, that's all you, man. I have not seen that show.
I know.
Yeah.
This should be pretty quick too.
Go for it.
Usually all of mine are pretty quick. I don't think it's any surprise. I've continuously given this show praise ever since it aired about how much I enjoyed it, how much I loved it, how much I like the characters and all the music. All the music is really good. And pretty much all of it sung in English, which actually they got English voice actors or English musicians to do the songs. So they had the Japanese voice actors, and then they had separate people doing the songs. So yeah, there's a whole behind the scenes on that. You can find it on YouTube. I watched it. It was pretty interesting because they didn't just do the songs; they did like the production of the show. I don't know the name of the voice actor that does Gus. But he also was Blackbeard in One Piece. Iskander.
Okay.
From Fate Zero. He also has a voice in Beastars, actually. He plays a panda.
Iskander is a panda.
Well, this one had a crossbow.
Awesome.
Man, so I don't know if they will do a second season for this. I mean, they could if they wanted to, but I kind of feel like it ended in a good spot, and they really don't need to. So I'm happy if they just leave it with what we got. But
yeah, it won awards. Like it was like one of the best anime of the season in the beginning of the year. And it was one of the most watched shows on Netflix. So people really digging it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
It's really good. And I recommend it to just about anybody.
Fair.
Like,
it looks pretty good.
If they say they want something with a good story, I recommend it. I usually just say, I don't know how you feel about music anime.
Yeah, I'm sensing a trend with you. It's like sports, music, sumo.
I like shonen.
Yeah, shonen.
I actually watched a little bit of everything, but this season was taken up by music, some sports, isekai.
Show.
But yeah, Carol and Tuesday, go check it out. It's definitely really good. Carol and Tuesday are both waifu material if you want that. So
there you go. We have more incentive.
I'm actually pretty surprised that dude from our Discord didn't watch it.
Okay.
Because, I mean, they're both flat-chested. So
the call-out.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. All right.
So yeah, but yeah, it's got a good story. The characters are really good. The music is really good. Animation is great. So just go check it out.
Yes.
I recommend it to everybody.
Yes.
And in case anybody was wondering, my 4 shows for 1 and 2, they all got 10s. So yeah, I recommend all 4 of those.
All right.
That's why they're doubled up. I couldn't put all 4 of them as number 1. So yeah,
They're all number 1 in your heart,
in my heart.
in your Kokoro.
But I had to separate them for this because that's definitely cheating if I'm putting 4 shows at number 1. So yeah, go watch it. It's good. It's on Netflix.
On Netflix.
Both,
Check it out.
Both seasons, if you want to consider it that.
Okay. You heard it. You heard the man.
Yep. And I'll just throw out my honorable mentions. No, I won't discuss them, really, because we're already getting into 4 hours. Honorable mentions to Didn't I Say to Make My Abilities Average? Which I really enjoyed, but the final episode kind of...
That was really weird.
Yeah.
With the dragons. Yeah.
I mean, it kind of made me feel like they weren't in another world, like it was just Earth,
Yeah.
but further into the future.
Yeah, like the world got destroyed and just kind of reset.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
Okay, another shout out to Henseki, which
I haven't seen.
Yeah, you haven't seen. That would be
I actually pre-ordered the Nendoroid.
for that one girl.
Yeah.
What is the title? Would you love a pervert? Would you love a cute girl even if she's a pervert or something
Right.
that? Piano no Mori season 2, and Oh Maidens in Your Savage season. Go check those out too. Those are really good.
Have you done reactions on those?
I have.
There you go. Check those out for more details.
Yep. I think that finishes off our thingy now.
Yeah.
And I think this was one of our longer episodes.
Yeah.
4 hours and 10 minutes so far.
Which is fair. Which is understandable.
And we were like, let's see if we can do 2.
Yeah.
We should just stop saying, let's see if we could do this, get it done at this time, because we always double it.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, we're going to be like, well, let's try to get 3 hours, and it'll be 6.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's it for our top 10. Well, my top 10.
Yes.
And Sano's top 5.
More
Plus
or less.
honorable mentions.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of a
Of,
mishmash of everything from last year.
Of 2019. What was your top 10s of last year? And if you want, the decade. We
Yeah.
didn't do decade.
Yeah,
but
go
if
for
you
it.
want to do the decade, let me know.
Yeah.
But, let us know what your top 10s were for the decade and year.
Yeah.
Were there any that you were surprised to see on any of our lists? Because I'm pretty sure there's a couple on mine that people are going to be like, really? That show? Like maybe Hinamaru Sumo or something. I don't know.
You like Saro Zanmai? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Comment down below. You join the Discord, Twitter. You know where to find us. Facebook. You know where to find us.
Yeah, we're everywhere.
So
I mean,
yeah.
we're mostly in the FGO section of the Discord, but we'll go into
But
other
yeah,
ones.
you know, if you guys are using the other sections, I would definitely pop in and say what's up.
Yeah.
You know, if you guys, if you see me on my postings over there, I always just like sharing, you know, whatever comes, you know, my way. So I'm not opposed to joining any of the other sections and seeing what's going on or poking in. Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
watch him try to cause an argument between me and another dude on the Discord. Constantly.
That's that's what I live for.
It seems like it. Like every time I go on there, it's like this FGO character is best, and it's always the other guy's favorite character. I'm like, God, what the heck? I'm not getting baited. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's fun. Come to the Discord.
Yes. Yes.
The link will be in the description,
Yes. Absolutely.
along with all of our other social media.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So as we said, next one will be, well, actually, we're going to be recording that one on a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll still be a couple weeks from now.
Yep. Yep.
And we'll have a guest. We might announce it beforehand, but if not, you'll find out the day of.
Yeah.
And as we said before, we're working on getting other guests to come on and talk with us. Try to come up with some like maybe themed episodes for you all. That way, we're not just episode by episode discussing the anime for the week.
Yeah,
because I'm sure that gets a little tiring after a while, and you're like, I want to hear you talk about something else.
Yeah, in particular, if you're using this season as a catch-up kind of a season, then we'll have to find interesting ways to help pass the time.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be talking about stuff from years ago, and I'm going to be like, yeah, but did you see this week's episode? So yeah, we'll come up with some fun stuff.
Mm-hmm. It's actually only a year, because it's last year.
Okay.
It's just all the stuff I put on hold from last year. Yeah. But even still, it's older stuff.
Yeah.
Except for like those 5 shows I mentioned earlier on. Which, as a reminder, is Bang Dream Season 3, Isekai Quartet Season 2, Heya Camp, Nekopara, and Magia Record. Magia Record Episode 1 is already up on the channel, so go check it out.
Dope. And FGO OVA, the New Year's OVA.
Go watch that. That's up there too. Go check it out too. Do you have anything?
I'm good. Welcome to the new year, 2020. Let's do it live. Join the Discord. Like I said, I'm having a lot of fun over there. You usually find me lurking in the FGO channel, but like I said, I'll jump around to the others too. So see what's going on.
Yeah.
See what mischief I can cause.
And he does like to cause mischief.
Oh yeah. If you've seen my posts on Facebook. But anyways,
he's a big troll.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and we will see you for the next one.
All right, catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy.
See you then.